and joins over there. Good night, neighbor, and the team. Hi, how are you, everybody? Okay, as I said, I have a little bit of a technical problem here, and I'm trying to see if I can sort it out. So, um, yeah, the the leak, the leak. Just before I came on here, I'm a little late because the 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 show that I produced for you tonight, I had to make a little bit of adjustment because just before I came on here, I was it was brought to my attention that there is a leak audio from the PNP, and I said, wait, leak audio, and so I had to take my time to listen to that. What a what a nastiness! What a nastiness coming from the position. You know, I think that we need to call it for what it is. The PNP is in a bad shape. It is a disgrace. What a disgraceful what a disgraceful set of people they are. We don't have no opposition in Jamaica. What we have is a group of obstructionists parading themselves as opposition. What a shame. What a shame. Every comrade tonight. Welcome to the show. All right. Yeah. Crazy stuff happening over there at 89 Old Hope Road. It was bound to come to this, you know. I wonder if you know that. It was bound to come to this. I tell you every day that truth um, has a deadline, you know. Truth don't lies. Lies have a way of coming out. And I think that is what is happening to the opposition PNP. Scandal party. Um, the Labour Party once had a song say no to PNP. I wonder if I can find it. Say no to PNP. Say no to PNP. I think Jamaicans should sing that song. Say no to PNP. Oh, I tell you, what a fantastic um, evening today is, and what a tangled web we weave when they set out to deceive. All right, let me go in and say good evening to the producer, Caroline. Hello, Caroline. How are you?
Good evening, neighbor. I'm doing well. How about you?
Not doing as well as you are, but you're sounding quite chirpy. You excited? You are planning your summer trip?
Somewhat, neighbor, but I'm not as chirpy as you think I am. I am, I'm very disappointed to hear this leak. Neighbor, I just can't understand why the PNP is so deceptive,
Are you surprised though? Because isn't that their character really? Isn't the character of the party one of deceptiveness and destruction? Are you surprised? True to form.
No, neighbor.
True to
be
form.
honest, to be honest, it's not a matter of surprise, lack of a better word, neighbor, but, being so deceptive, neighbor. All these, a lot of people who voted for the PNP actually believe the things they say, neighbor. They actually believe that they mean them some good, And from all indications, neighbor, the PNP have no good intentions towards people or even the country. It's really hard, neighbor, because what are we to believe?
Well, I think it's better for us to get an understanding of what they are about early, and later on we can know how to treat with them. But they are disgraceful, man. What a shame! What a shame!
It is very shameful, and neighbor. I don't know. Can Jamaica be fixed, neighbor?
I have my doubts. I think more people will have to understand what it means to build a nation and stop being so critical, because clearly the PNP are obstructionists. They are not an opposition. They're not an opposition at all. Jamaica needs, Caroline, democracies do well when there is opposition, but Jamaica needs opposition. What we have is obstruction. We don't have opposition in Jamaica. What we have is obstruction. And I don't know if the people of Jamaica understand that obstructionism is antithetical towards development. You're not going to go nowhere with obstructionist people, not going to go nowhere at all. And you know something, Caroline, I see why many people don't trust the IC. Because when you think of the opposition and how they are behaving, they will leave no stone unturned to bring down the government. Terrible. Terrible. And the leak proves it. It proves that the PNP strategy.
It sure did.
The PNP strategy is obstruction, not policy. But I am hearing that it is linked to the internal competition in the party, and I hear that worse is to come. That's what I'm hearing. Just before I came on here, I got a call that, neighbor, you don't hear nothing yet. I understand that all of the WhatsApp groups are going to start come out public. That right now people are wetting their pants.
Wow.
Yes, that there are many things there to come out, even things on the, that's my understanding, even things about the IC that they are discussing about IC health. Wow, shocking. It's going to be a scandal.
Oh, wow.
That's my understanding. Can't prove it, but maybe I shouldn't even have repeated it yet, but that's what I am told, that there have been discussions all around the place about it, and I am understanding that it is going to be coming out because people are breaking ranks, taking sides, and they're not happy.
Oh, wow.
They're not happy that some people are trying to muzzle them in the party, so they might boss you out.
As they should. Neighbor, in Jamaica, they have a saying that what's in the dark must come to light at some point,
Truth. Lies have an expiry date, Caroline. Lies have an expiry date.
It sure does.
You can't lie all your life. It have to come out at some point. That's why it's just good to speak the truth, eh?
Well, neighbor, there was always a phrase that you usually use. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I think it started like those who set out to deceive. What was the rest, neighbor?
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. When at first we set out to deceive, yes. Yes. Yes, a tangled web for true. They're webbed up themselves.
Oh gosh. Well, that is important, neighbor, is that the country doesn't get tangled in their web. I hope they all get tangled in their own web.
Yeah, and that is what deception does. It ties you up. That is why some people go to court and lose, Caroline, because when a lawyer puts you on the stand and is cross-examining you, if you lie, they're going to catch you, You have to be very, very...
Of course.
But you see, if you are
Of course.
you see, if you're just speaking the truth, you don't need to go around. Just say what you know. Anyway, talk to the listeners. I'm happy to report
Of
to you
course.
that we have already gone for over 4,000 watch hours on YouTube.
Oh well, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Well, we just need to how much more do we need to get to the 1,000?
We need to get 150 subscribers tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, good evening, listeners. Thanks for joining again. Asking you to tap the screen, share the live, repost the live, and to send the heart me's. Just tap on that button at the top that says join to send the heart me's. We'd really appreciate you sending them because that will send out the live. And a very pleasant good evening to those on YouTube. Thanks again for joining us. Please subscribe and like and stay with us. I'm sure Neighbor has a lot to tell us today. All right, so have a great show, Neighbor.
Thank you.
Listeners, please also keep the comment section very active. And remember to send the heart me's. We really need them. Thanks.
All right, let's start with Miss Nikisha Burchell. So Miss Burchell is complaining about how she is being treated. And Miss Burchell is saying that there is coordinated character assassination. You hear that? Miss Nikisha Burchell is talking about Member of Parliament for South St. James. I hope that Miss Burchell becomes a one-term MP. Miss Burchell, who Miss Marissa Dalrymple Philibert described as the worst MP. Miss Burchell, who tell the Prime Minister must go give the cap to him wife. Should not even be in the Parliament, Miss Burchell. Nikisha Burchell, you don't see nothing yet. You are feisty. You're feisty. Miss Burchell, who went into the Parliament and started talking in patois against the standing orders. And when the speaker reprimanded her, she went out on a podcast to tell people about the speaker is behaving like a controlling wife. You're feisty, Miss Burchell. You're a feisty woman. Classless. Now you go complaining, but you are the victim of coordinated attacks aimed at defaming her character. Now, you know what is character defamation, Miss Burchell? Do you know? Do you know what is character defamation? Do you know what it is to defame someone's character? I'll tell you. When you went on that podcast and talk about that it was rumored that you're dating the Prime Minister, that's character defamation. Because you know nothing never goes on. You know what is character defamation, Nikisha? Do you know what it is? Miss Burchell was speaking at the PNP's Women's Movement annual conference in St. Elizabeth at Stets. We always thank Nationwide. Shaloy Smichael from Nationwide. Listen.
Nikisha Burchell is one of the newest faces in Gordon House. She was elected last September when she unseated the Jamaica Labour Party's Homer Davis to become the first woman to represent South St. James. On Sunday, she told the party members she has had to lead through hostility.
leadership has stretched in ways I never imagined. Politics has always been difficult, but today's politics, it is relentless. It is.
Hold on. When Miss Burchell was upbraided by a very respected senior member of parliament, Miss Burchell went to say that she was she embraced the term new breed and questioned whether Miss Marissa Dalrymple Philibert had the moral authority to upbraid her. You know, I don't even know if we should play Miss Burchell. I don't even know if we should play Miss Burchell. You know, Miss Burchell, you know, I may just cancel this piece here. Should I cancel it? Should I cancel it or should I don't? You know, all right. The team is saying I should play. Oh, go ahead.
Dog eat dog. It is because every speech is recorded and you don't know who, when, and what they're saying, and every mistake is therefore amplified. Every rumor spreads in seconds. So you'd have seen all sorts of rumors about me, and they fly farther than the truth and the positive stories. But for men, the attacks are rarely confined to our work. I've experienced coordinated political attacks.
You hear that? No. Is Miss Juliet Holness a woman? Miss Burchell? When you are attacking Miss Holness, is Miss Holness a woman? Or you're a hypocrite? You didn't know that women are treated differently, and you're a woman. So attack the Speaker of the House. I tell you something. I don't think you are being attacked yet, you see, Miss Burchell. The greatest attack is for you to be voted out. To be voted out of that seat. I think that is the attack that should happen to you. Calling the Speaker of the House sotto voto, I think, yamhead. That is an allegation against you. That's not debate. That's disrespect to the chair. Nothing that you have gone through there, man, compares to how you have treated the wife of the Prime Minister and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. You should not be in the Parliament. You don't St. Elizabeth complaining that you're afraid. You're afraid. You should be afraid. The Speaker represents 3 million people. And you are giving the impression that she's a yame. That is respect. Telling the Prime Minister to give the cap to his wife. Give it to your wife. That's not policy. That's personal. You go tell the Prime Minister he must give cap to his wife. And you don't in St. Elizabeth whining, man. Recording in Parliament against the rules. That's transparency. That's breaking procedure. What you whining about? Opening your sectoral presentation in patois against the standing orders. Our language is beautiful, but Parliament has rules. So everyone can follow. Break the rule, expect to be called out. And then you protest in Parliament by standing up being rude. That's politics. That's performance. Longing out your tongue. Massaging the microphone. Shouting across there. Now in politics is rough, yes. You did expect a tea party? Probably not. But let me ask you something, Miss Burchell. Did you create the environment that you are complaining about? Because if you spread your bed, you have to lie down night. Did you create the environment? Let's say you had gone to Parliament as a legislator, a woman, and be respectful, representing the people of Southern States. You think anybody would business with you? Aren't there other women in Parliament? Who is attacking them? Miss Burchell, you're attacking yourself. You need to go to your room. Take off your makeup. Take off your makeup, man. Wash your face. And look in the mirror. And who will be looking back at you? Maybe you will recognize the person looking back at you, because but you have to look in the mirror, Miss B. You can't throw stones for 9 months, then complain when one comes back through your window. If you live in a glass house, not throw a stone. You can't go to Parliament, go fling stone. And don't expect that one will come back at you.
Asking everyone to tap the screen, share the live, repost the live, and send a heart piece, please.
Ms. Burchell has every right to complain about threats. No MP should feel unsafe. Full stop. But she also has a responsibility to ask, what role did my conduct play in escalating this? Jamaicans don't threaten MPs. I've been in Jamaica for years and no MP has ever felt unsafe. Well, not in recent times. There were times during the Cold War when, things were dangerous. I see my MP all the time in a bar, drinking, driving, walking, come at church, come at funeral. Nobody business with him. Listeners, you tell me, your MP is threatened? Your MP feel threatened? Right now, any MP in Jamaica, they go to people's yard, sit on veranda, drink soup, drink coffee. Some of them take a one whites here and there, buy a round. What role did me? Is a new breed? You caused this, Miss B. Threats are wrong. Report it. If you feel like you're getting threats, Miss Burchell, go and report it. Don't complain about it. Go and report it to the police. But if you want respect, give respect. If you want civility, model civility. In politics and in life, there is a principle that is called reciprocity. And it is a theological principle. Be not deceived. Your father is a pastor. You should know this. Be not deceived. God is not mocked whatsoever. A man sow that he may go reap. You can't sow disrespect and get respect. You can't sow disorder and expect order. You can't sow war and expect peace. You can't be a fighter and be honorable. You can't be tough and be orderly. And that's what new breed should look like. You can't break every rule of governance, then cry when politics hit you back. If you want to be treated like a lady, act like one. If you want to be treated like a lady, like a parliamentarian, act like one. Come off of the bike back with your bumper out the door. Push up your bumper from bike back. In a tight jeans. Every time people see you, tight jeans, winding up yourself, longing out your tongue. Act like a parliamentarian. You see Miss Holness dressed like that? Oh, Miss Rhoda Grow. What about Miss Rhoda Moy Crawford? Them a sexy woman too. And Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. Huh? I saw you over in St. James here, man, with your bottom. Push up and bike back. People going to treat you like that. Like, you know, you're a parliamentarian, man. If you come swinging wild, don't be surprised when you get hit back. Don't be surprised when you get hit back, Miss Burchell. That is you create that environment. You know, Aristotle said that character is what you are in the dark. Character is what you are in the dark, and Kant said that you must treat people as ends, not as means. In Jamaica, we say you plant corn, you know, reap banana. If you plant corn, a corn you go reap. It's the law of reciprocity or simple consequences. Complain as much as you want, Miss Burchell. You owe. Which one are the cameras? Which one I have to look into? This one? You owe the people of Jamaica an apology. And if I were advising you, I would tell you to reset your career by first going to the parliament with a sincere apology to the Speaker of the House, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Parliament, and to the people of Jamaica. And until you do that, your political career is almost over. You could complain from now till a morning. You have laid a sordid political foundation as a member of Parliament, to the point where a former Speaker of the House described you as the worst member of Parliament in Jamaica's history. That label, Ms. Burchell, will follow you until your term ends in another couple of years or 4 years. And I hope that at the end of your term, the people of Southern St. James will give you a warm send-off at the polls, because you have not been a honorable woman to the politics of Jamaica. And you can only recover with a reset. If you don't reset your political career with a sincere apology to the Speaker, mark my word, when you next return to the ballot, it's going to be very difficult for you to win. it's going to be very difficult for you to win a second term because you have damaged your image, you have damaged the politics, you have hurt, especially women in politics. And quite frankly, I wouldn't want my daughter to be looking at you and say, I'd like to be like Miss Virgin. I wouldn't want my daughter to be looking on to Miss Birchall and say, hey, I'd like to be like Miss Birchall. I definitely would say to my daughter, look at Mrs. Holness. Look at how Juliet conduct herself. Aspire to be like Juliet. The question is, the young women in Southern St. James, do they aspire to be like Nikisha? Do they aspire to say, look at my member of parliament, I'd love to be like her? Huh? And that's leadership. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to something else. Before I came on air this evening, I was given or sent this piece of tape, not from Nationwide. Somebody sent it to me, and I realized that it was on Nationwide. So I'm going to play the Nationwide report. It says that a member of the PNP's powerful National Executive Committee, NEC, is suggesting that the corruption card can't be drawn against Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA. The word can't is where the rub is. The word can't. Because can't suggests that it is being discussed to be used. Can't there is a negative. It is a disagreement that we can't do it. In other words, someone suggested that it be done. If someone did not suggest that it could be done or should be done, then they couldn't have used the word can't. Follow? Good. The comment was made in a PNP WhatsApp group around the time General Anderson was named as the NARA boss May last year. So the is discussing how to take down Mr. Anderson. They are strategizing how they didn't get the NARA bill stopped in the parliament. So now they move on to Major Anderson. The PNP appear to be discussing what points to use to attack the government's implementation of NARA. To attack PNP want to attack NARA. How will the deacons this happen? These are not true, man. Listen to me. If this is true, then boy, mighty God. Perry, is true this, Mr. Grab? You know shame. Pellucid Perry. What no shame. Listen to the tape.
No, the concern I'm raising is that Anderson's track record is not one full of blemish that it will be so easy to attach certain things to him. The corruption argument not going to attach to him so easily. In my humble opinion, I think they both smarted us and then putting this man now to be a CEO and whatever. Reality is we need to ensure that the average Jamaican is saying, no, care who he is. He could have full of integrity like, wow, he could have been whatever. He's the man who sort out all of the things that got it to Jamaica, whether we know it or not. So I would love for us to be able to put that information together, package it, throw the money so that the average Jamaican can get that information.
You hear that? Not hearing it?
Neighbor? No, not hearing it. It's very low. Could you please replay it?
Okay.
Turn it up?
Yeah. Oh, let me play it again.
The concern is that Anderson's track record is not one full of blemish that it will be so easy to attach certain things to.
All right. Let's see if we can try another device. Here is it.
That the corruption card can be drawn against Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, Major General Anthony Anderson. The comment was made in a PNP WhatsApp group around the time General Anderson was named as the NARA boss in late May this year. The PNP appeared to be discussing what points to use to attack the government's implementation of NARA. It was suggested that casting General Anderson as a facilitator of corruption would not fly with the public, given his record in public service.
Larry, concern I'm raising is that Anderson's track record is not one full of blemish that it will be so easy to attach certain things to him. The corruption argument not going to be attached to him so easily, right? In my humble opinion, I think they both smarted us and then putting this man now to be a CEO and whatever. Reality is we need to ensure that the average Jamaican is saying we don't care who he is and could have full of integrity like, wow, he could have been whatever. He's the man who sought out all of the hurricane relief that got it to Jamaica, whether we know it or not. So I would love for us to be able to put that information together, package it for the ground so that the average Jamaican can get that information.
Another PNP NEC member told colleagues that the ruling JLP saw NARA's successful implementation as their ticket to a fourth term in office. He said the PNP had to play the right kind of ball game in light of NARA's political importance.
Bear in mind that the NARA bill is what the JLP sees as its glory and its savior for a fourth term and a fifth term or whatever. Speaking to some of them recently, some of the operatives, they see NARA as their way out to get back in tune with the Jamaican public because they know them in a bad state, the public itself, the cost of living and everything. So they see NARA as a saving grace and they are going to do everything in their power to try to get whatever done, which means bypassing like our parish council, which probably would have do delay tactics and don't get this, which is why they did it that way. But safety standards and things is a concern. So let's play a ball game of politics.
A member of the PNP's powerful National Executive Committee.
Let's play our ball game. It is politics. Now, I don't know. I'm hoping that Natalie JPU will be able to join me. I'm actually asking. Well, she has said that she would love to. Natalie, please, can you send the request to the producer? Send it to TikTok, and I'll take you up as soon as you're available. Let me see if I can reach her. This is breaking here. It is amazingly sad. Let's see if I can get her on the phone. Okay. Natalie?
Yeah.
I'm live. Join us now?
No, I can't because I'm about to go live. So
Okay, no, all right, good, no problem. Great.
next time, okay?
And no problem. All right. So that is what we're trying to see if we can produce this while we're going on, because it's late and it's breaking. Now, The voice note that you hear is the National Executive Committee of the People's National Party suggesting that the party package something to put to the Jamaican people. Listen to it again, no? Because I think it is important that we see what is happening here. Listen to it again.
His powerful National Executive Committee, NEC, is suggesting that the corruption card can be drawn against Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, Major General Anthony Anderson. The comment was made in a PNP WhatsApp group around the time General Anderson was named as the NARA boss in late May this year. The PNP appeared to be discussing what points to use to attack the government's implementation of NARA. It was suggested that casting General Anderson as a facilitator of corruption would not fly with the public, given his record in public service.
Larry, the concern I'm raising is that Anderson's track record is not one full of blemish, that it will be so easy to attach certain things to him. The corruption argument not going to be attached to him so easily, right? In my humble opinion, I think they both smarted us and then putting this man now to be a CEO and whatever. Reality is we need to ensure that the average Jamaican is saying we don't care who he is and could have full integrity like, wow, he could have been whatever. He's the man who sought out all of the hurricane relief that got it to Jamaica, whether we know it or not. So I would love for us to be able to put that information together, package it for the ground so that the average Jamaican can get that information.
Another PNP NEC member told colleagues that the ruling JLP saw NARA's successful implementation as their ticket to a fourth term in office. He said the PNP had to play the right kind of ball game in light of NARA's political importance.
Bear in mind that the NARA bill is what the JLP sees as its glory and its savior for a fourth term and a fifth term or whatever. Speaking to some of them recently, some of the operatives, they see NARA as their way out to get back in tune with the Jamaican public, because they know them in a bad state, the public itself, with the cost of living and everything. So they see NARA as a saving grace, and they are going to do everything in their power to try to get whatever done, which means bypassing like our parish council, which, you know, probably would have do delay tactics and don't get this, which is why they did it that way. But safety standards and these things is a concern. So let's play our ball game of politics.
A member of the PNP's powerful National Executive Committee.
You know, let's open the lines and hear what the people of Jamaica have to say about this. Let's open the lines and see what the people of Jamaica have to say about it. I want to withhold my comments until I hear what you have to say. I don't want to comment on this just yet. I will tell you what I think about this piece of tape. Good evening to you, sir. Hello. Hello. Prime time. Hello, neighbor live. Live on Politics Matter Jamaica on YouTube. More than almost 400 people are over there now. TikTok is on. Thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Good evening to you, Devon Robinson.
Good night, neighbor.
Yes, sir. Good night to you.
No surprise me with the PNP, you know.
It don't surprise you, sir?
No, it don't surprise me.
But isn't this a scandal, sir?
Yeah, man. Anything from me, I say nothing impossible. A long time them do them thing, yeah. A long time. Remember the man who get the Chong, when name Chong?
Dennis Chong.
Yeah. Remember them go after him, you know?
Yes, sir. I remember the protest in Hero Circle.
Yeah, remember so Dennis Chong the pan radio and was a good we call him now the pan radio.
Financial analyst.
And yes. And you never hear nothing about a man there. So when them come, you never hear nothing bad about a man there. And when them come out, say, boy, I'm at this and that, man, I say, Jaja. So, surprise me.
I want to gauge the views of the listeners on this matter before I tell you about it. You see, there's a line to this that stay tuned for that. If I get to it, I'll get to it. But it is an amazing stuff. Horatio, hold on there for me, sir. Horatio Nelson, good evening.
Neighbor, what's up? Good night. Good night, listeners.
I'm fine. How are you?
Neighbor.
Yes.
It's when I listen to this leak, neighbor.
I
have a little reflection. I can safely say no. So this is one of the reasons why Nigel Clark have left Jamaica.
This is one of the reasons that Nigel Clark left. How do you make that link?
Neighbor, because I think Nigel realized that these people are on a mission to tear down the character of anybody and everybody who align themselves are a member of the Jamaica Labour Party by any means, neighbor. And he realized the caliber of person we miss and step away from it, neighbor.
Well, I don't have any evidence to support that, but that's your view.
Neighbor, but if you people listening to this, neighbor, and not listening to the people, the vice note say any means necessary, neighbor, it takes to bring down the man. Don't care what the Jamaican people have to say about him. We are going to paint it for say him is one of the most neighbor, can you imagine where these people sit down and plan against the Prime Minister? Neighbor, I can safely say no, neighbor. These people might sit down and even planning to assassinate the Prime Minister.
Oh, no. That's a big comment, though, sir.
That's true. I support that one there.
That's a big comment, though. No, I don't think you should go there at all.
Neighbor,
we don't want to promote violence.
Which is true, neighbor, but you realize how deep these people are going just for power, neighbor.
Well, I listen to me. There is a difference between politics, because you know politics, Horatio, because when you are an opposition, you have to politic. That's what I wanted to have talked to the listeners about tonight. The whole matter of the difference between politicking and governing. You understand what I'm saying to you? But this is not politicking, sir. This is downright disgraceful. I don't even know if it's not illegal, eh?
It's more than this, neighbor. I hope the people of Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth and the affected area of Jamaica listening to this, neighbor.
Yes.
In the vice note, the man says if we could do like we normally do in the minister in parish council by delaying the process. These are the same people who vote for any willing to make them suffer, neighbor, just for political power, neighbor.
Yes. Hold on, the thing is falling down. Yes, sir.
Neighbor, I hope the government don't sit on this one, neighbor. I hope the government don't sit and let this one just pass them by, neighbor. This one need to promote it internationally, neighbor. Everybody across the world need to hear this, neighbor.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Neighbor, it is so. When I listen to it, I was like, if it is AI generated or this, if it is this is real stuff happening, neighbor.
You can't believe it, eh?
Neighbor, and I can say this story, neighbor. You remember when the whole Nara thing coming up and the Prime Minister said he have somebody who could be the chief executive officer. I guess it was something for Nike or something like that. Neighbor, and I can safely say that again. I think that man would have back out of everything that him here because him not gonna make these people dirty up in name, neighbor. These people are these people.
What a shocking. I'm speechless sitting down here, sir. I had a different program here. I actually have to be producing while I'm on
neighbor,
air.
I'm
speechless. I think this cannot be true, sir. I wonder if nationwide is mistaken. Is this a joke? Has it been confirmed?
I'm not joke.
No, has it been confirmed? Have the PNP denied it?
one thing I can say, neighbor, while I leave the platform to let General Harry and everybody say them piece, neighbor, I can say, neighbor, I hope the security apparatus of the Prime Minister stepped up and beefed up more, because these people willing to go down the road.
Oh my goodness, I don't want us to go there.
Just believe me, neighbor. Neighbor, do you listen even to Nikisha Burchell utterances that she tried to say that she are under threat?
Not under any threat at all. So that's a lie. Well, we can't take threats for our group, but Jamaicans don't threaten MPs, sir. Nothing goes on.
These people need to look at them. The security force and the apparatus of the security force need to look at these people seriously, neighbor, and more deeply, because they are up to something, neighbor.
Yes, subscribe to Politics Matter Jamaica for me.
I do that long time, neighbor. I think I was one of the
first one to do it.
Don't worry about that.
Okay, we have almost 500 people watching the show now on YouTube. I'm going to ask them, please, have you subscribed to the channel? Go ahead, man, and hit the subscription button and share the live. Hit subscription. Let's try and see if we can get at least 50 to 100 subscribers on Politics Matter Jamaica tonight.
Neighbor, while I leave, neighbor, you realize why Damien said if him open him out, there would be no peace in Babylon, neighbor.
Wow! I'll tell you, before I came on here tonight, sir, I was told that more is about to come. And I hear that when it drop, it's problem in Jamaica. Some of the things that are being said in the People's National Party. By the way, sir, do you realize that the NEC WhatsApp group is now public? What a bam bam.
Yeah. What a bam bam, neighbor. Just a taste of the iceberg.
What a bam bam.
Neighbor. Just a taste of the iceberg, neighbor.
You know, sir, you are married, sir?
Me, neighbor.
I
am about to, neighbor.
Well, fantastic. Can you imagine your WhatsApp messages between yourself and your girl in the public space?
Leak out, neighbor. Leak out to the public space.
Can you imagine? When you text her them nice something there, sir? Yes. Yes, sir.
It's not me, neighbor. But neighbor, I don't want to keep up the show. I can't want to hear Harry Peace and Scratchy and everybody. So I will hear listening in the box, neighbor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear that more leaks are coming out, that the whole thing is out there. Is drip by drip. Drip by drip. Stay tuned. More is about to come. Hello there, Harry.
Good night, neighbor. Good night, everybody.
Harry, how you doing? I'm struck here, dumbfounded. I don't have a program. I produce a different program come up. Minutes before I came on here, I got this piece of tape. What's happening? Harry's breaking up.
For a begin, everybody please like, share. Hold on. Let me know if you're hearing me, neighbor.
I am hearing you, sir. I'm hearing you. I'm getting all types of messages coming in here. Good. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
So before we start, I just wanted everybody to like, share, and subscribe.
Go ahead, Harry. Go ahead.
To the YouTube channel. Help us to get to that 1,000 mark. So we can do a launch on YouTube. But to your question, neighbor, it is everything that has, been happening in the dark is coming to the light. And I want to kind of pivot on something, because something happened on the show last night, and a certain specific person said they stand for integrity and they support that. And the party that they support is showing us that they don't stand for any of that. So I want to know who is brave enough from the People's National Party to come out and defend it. No. Because I can tell you, neighbor, they're going to go ahead and be very silent on the matter. Nobody will address it and hope it dies. A 98 talk thing.
98 talk with blogging with bloggers, sir? That's not going to die.
Yeah, man. Neighbor, I can tell you, in the morning, all the PNP bloggers will keep very silent. Even if you go on their lives and bring it up. They're either going to drop you from that box, or they're going to pretty much buy your dog, mute you or something. They don't want this to be spoken on. But I have a sad mistake, because here's what's going to happen. I know the JLP bloggers are going to run with it. I also know Nationwide is going to be the only official mainstream media platform that will be playing this recording. That is guaranteed. You will not see it in the Observer, you'll not see it in the Gleaner, you'll not hear from Radio Jamaica or TDJ, because they don't want it to get traction. And while this is a money move for anybody who runs with it, they won't, because they're politically aligned. But what this is saying to us Jamaicans, and specifically those in the diaspora, because I also want to address Miss Kay Osborne as well, because I've heard a recording of her telling lies to the diaspora about the 1.44 billion. These proxy individuals are sent out, neighbor, to carry out this very act that is showing up now from the leak of this WhatsApp chat. And there are many more out there.
Hold on. You are saying that it is likely that someone like Kay Osborne may be a proxy for the PNP?
Of course she is a proxy, neighbor.
What you say to me?
Neighbor, me tell you, I'm tired for hear them hide back a so-called civil groups and all of this, you know. Because they are a bunch of cowards. And these are the cowards, neighbor, that have sunk Jamaica under the People's National Party for that 18 and a half years. In terms of that streaking period, right? These are the people that have crippled, and this is one of the tactical maneuvers they have employed for decades. They have thrived on this. They did it with Buster, they did it with Siaga, they did it with Bruce, they're doing it with Andrew Holness, and every leader that they can do it too.
By the way, I see a listener saying to me that a lot of PNP people are listening to me and are recording the program for us to make mistakes. They want to catch us on tape. What are we going to do? Sue me? Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. But go on, listen up. Go ahead, Harry.
No, man.
Asking everyone to tap the screen, share the live, repost the live, and send a heart, please. And for those of you over on YouTube, we're asking you to subscribe and like and share the live. Thanks.
Yes. Hold on there. Hold on there for me, Harry. Westlife, Wifestyle. Okay, Wifestyle is over there. Loyal. I wish I could give this live 1 million likes. Great. Good night, neighbor. Just there. I told my friend she don't say anything yet. I did not know it would happen tonight. What a bam bam. Amy Sinclair said, what a bam bam. All right. Donald Thompson said PNP always believe in winning at any cost. And yes, boy, I tell you, my understanding is that more PNPs over there listening to us than ever. I wonder what's happening there, Harry. What's happening?
Well, we welcome them in a neighbor.
Yes.
I hope they like, share, and subscribe for many more.
Welcome, comrades. Welcome.
Yeah, man. And I welcome them to come in the box too.
Yes.
That's even more important.
Yes.
Don't stay on the For You page and over YouTube. Do the right thing and come and have a conversation. Right? Because this is now one where this conversation matters.
This matters, Harry. This conversation matters.
Because for far too long, neighbor.
Yes.
We've been saying this long before them get caught on the new breed. We've been saying that this current leader of the opposition and the opposition overall has shown tenets that they're willing to rule over the ashes.
What a shame.
And this further now is cementing that they're willing to bring Jamaica back to its knees as long as they're the ones in power, and they'll do it by any means necessary.
Terrible, man.
Neighbor, when you hear somebody who, because I will never speak for Major General Anderson, right? I'll never swear for anybody else but myself in terms of if that person is squeaky clean, right? we aren't all our saints. The only clean person was here was Jesus, right? Who have never made a mistake and so on.
Yes.
But for somebody with that level of character, neighbor, almost unblemished, almost unquestionable, right? They knew that. Just by the admittance from that lady, they knew they couldn't go to the normal route.
But they were, but they are suggesting that we are to at least try.
No, we're not just trying, neighbor. The critical part is by any means necessary. So this, neighbor, I don't put it beyond them to fabricate things about Anderson.
But hold on, they said that Mr. Anderson was the one responsible to get all of the donations sent to Jamaica. Is that true? That can't be Mr. Anderson alone responsible for that, sir. Mr. Anderson was the ambassador for Jamaica for Jamaica to the United States. Then Mr. Anderson couldn't sit down up in Washington and Jamaica have a Category 5 hurricane and he sit and do nothing, sir. Whatever ambassador would that be? So what if the ambassador arranges for donations and relief to come to Jamaica? What is in that?
But neighbor, look at it this way. By the acknowledgement of that, right? It shows that for them it is a big thing. It is high on the priority list. They say this man can stay away and organize it and get it done. So when you look at everything they're saying, neighbor, it doesn't go far from the conversation that was being had last night, and I had to get extremely passionate to shut it down. Because something that was being alluded to was the fact that the Prime Minister is questionable, and as such, Nara answers to him. So you see the line that is being drawn, and that is the kind of thing they're doing. So because them can't touch Anderson, they're looking to do in a way where if we can find some loophole or create one, if we need to, find something to let the public look at him like the scum of the earth. Because understand this, when PNP come for your neighbor, them not come lightly. And they will turn the very people you're helping against it. And we're seeing it with the Prime Minister, for example. This man has to be fighting with Jamaicans, for Jamaicans, which makes no sense. I shouldn't be fighting you for the betterment of you. Stupidity and nonsense. But because of what the People's National Party has engraved within them and has been successful for decades in doing so, in corrupting the culture, the beautiful culture of Jamaica, and now have tarnished characters, have now poisoned generations before us, their minds. They're looking to continue to do that to the new generation. And they're also wanting to do that with the new breeds. So it doesn't change, and I would have said this months ago, neighbor, that the PNP does not change. All they do is package the strategy differently, and this is exactly what they're planning to do. So them know them can't come outright and bash Major Anderson. So they're going to find a way how to package it now, to poison the people's minds against this man who is there, who is credible, has integrity, a man of good character, and decent in all the meaning of the word. They're going to want to find a way, and they're committed to it, neighbor. But I can tell you, there are a lot more voice notes out there to come. I'll be in receipt of a specific one regarding their internal squabbles, right? So when you look at it, neighbor, they don't understand that within themselves, that division that is being created will get a lot more of these things coming out. Because while they are putting up a unified front or united front, there are persons in it who does not agree with different stands that are being taken, and they're willing to slip information out. Whether that is to hold on to power where they are, whether that is to unarmed other members, right? or to retain their position in the party, they're willing to do that. Neighbor, more PNP bring down PNP than anything else. And that's a fact. They don't want to admit it, but that's a fact. And any one of them can come and challenge me upon it because they know what I mean start that. But when you look at the type of creature, the man that the People's National Party is, to know that they will want to take a man that has dedicated his life to Jamaica being better. This man is a proud Jamaican, right? A nationalist at heart. And you are willing to rip him apart. So you muscle back, which was, and we're seeing it.
Yeah. Yes.
The whole issue with Darren Vaz is a key example.
Yes.
So it's similar thing that they would want to do to Major Anderson. And these are all linkages, neighbor. There's too much out there, too much evidence for us not to look at it, analyze it, and put it to the people and say, this is what we're up against. This is not Andrew Holness and the JLP against it. This should be Jamaicans against the misinformation, the character assassination, the destruction of the future that we can have.
Yes.
This is what we're up against. And these people will put it to the test if left untouched.
Yes. You
People
know,
don't understand. This is not. It doesn't fall just on Major Anderson alone in a neighbor.
Not at all.
Understand what that stands for?
It's an institutional attack.
It is.
Yes.
Because if you can infiltrate and damage the character of Anderson, what you then know is infiltrate Nara to say, listen, see, they will tell you no corruption at its best when there's none. But they just want to get the idea in the heads and the psyche of the people so they can then do the work of the People's National Party. Because if you want to question something, fine. But when you start to go ahead now and destroy that very thing that should push you forward, develop you, and move Jamaica further, right? We always say, from the menu to the table.
Correct.
This is what they are threatening. It's not Major Anderson that's a problem, you know. It's not him they really want in a neighbor.
Yes.
But he's a key. He's an access to how they can rip Nara apart because they failed on two accounts, both in the Senate and in the Parliament regarding the votes. So if they can dehumanize and poison the minds of the people against Major Anderson, they would have unlocked critical way and pathway to destroy Nara, very Nara that is built to move Jamaica into the next phase of development, into a generation to see growth that no other generation in Jamaica's history since independence have seen. That is what the People's National Party is looking to achieve, and they will do it at the perils of my generation. They'll do it to your generation, neighbor, and those to come.
Yes.
Neighbor, if you want to destroy a stream, you poison the source. And that is what they want to do. I don't take this leak lightly. I told you I came into this space to fight, not for what many persons fight for the third term. It's symbolic. I'm fighting for continuity of good policies to see Jamaica move forward. And I'm not stopping. This even solidifies it even more that we have to go harder. Because I will not stand here and look at these things coming out and not inform my brethren, of not digging for additional information to inform and educate the diaspora even more, to weaponize them with the truth, so that when the People's National Party come, posing like wheat, we can identify at the day harvest
that they are barley,
that they are tears.
they are tears. Oh my goodness, they are tears. Listen to me. There are two ways, you see, to win election philosophy. Two ways. There are two ways that you win election in philosophy. One is called the Aristotelian way. That Aristotle. Some call him Aristotle. The Aristotelian way is be better. Show your plan. outgovern them. In other words, the Aristotelian philosophy says, let my policies beat your policies. But then there's another way that is called the Machiavellian way. What we're seeing here is classic Machiavellian. Machiavellian philosophy says, diminish the other, tear them down, create in the minds of people. If it can't be good, make them look bad. And so what we are experiencing here is leak, is textbook Machiavellian politics practiced by the problem, though, is that when you try to diminish a person instead of policy, when your politics becomes personal rather than policy, you end up diminishing institutions. And I think what the PNP don't realize that they're doing is that they're tearing down the very institutions that they would inherit if they become government. Because guess what? You can move people around. You come into power, you don't like Anderson, you move him out. But can you replace NARA, the institution NARA? No. And so what the PNP is seeking to do is unpatriotic, and it's a damn disgrace. And quite frankly, I think the opposition, with all intent and purpose, should wrap up. I don't think the opposition can survive this. This is an embarrassment, Mr. Bowden. What are you going to do? Next week, I understand that the PNP is calling a press conference. Huh? I think maybe we should call a press conference tomorrow to deal with this. Scratchy, how you doing?
Night, Caroline, on the platform. Yours,
Scratchy, we are off script tonight, but this piece of tape coming out from the opposition, what do you make of it?
Neighbor, we have always know that this is what the opposition is doing here. But first, neighbor, I want to talk about neighbor in the report, neighbor. If you notice how the report on neighbor accelerate the word neighbor, powerful NEC neighbor. The NEC neighbor has always been a very powerful force neighbor, which whenever the People's National Party is in power.
Is the highest decision-making body.
Highest decision-making body of the People's National Party neighbor.
The creme de la creme. Them are the big dog.
Creme of the creme neighbor. I remember my granddaddy neighbor that when Michael Manley was in power, every decision that Michael Manley had to make neighbor from a governance standpoint had to be taken to the NEC first, and the NEC had to give it its blessing neighbor before it could be instituted. And that is how the NEC has always been for the People's National Party neighbor. So I will always ask ourselves, why is the PNP seems so dominant in their politics? Why the PNP, whenever they're in government, they are in a political way than a way to serve the whole country? It is because it is the NEC that pushes the political agenda. It is the NEC that pushes the policy whenever the PNP is in power. And I think what we have seen today about this leak is that we have find out neighbor, because we always hear and talk, but we find out neighbor, the persons who are directly orchestrating neighbor the misinformation and the disinformation
is the very leadership of the party.
The leadership of the people.
That makes it even more telling, Scratchy. That this is not the bloggers of the party. These are the people that would run the country, eh?
Exactly my point, neighbor. The type of where they will find out now where it is coming from. So it's not no blogger just come up on him one neighbor and click him live and come talk these things that they are talking neighbor. The agenda is being set up from the highest decision-making body of the People's National Party neighbor. If you listen to the leaks neighbor and those voice notes, you hear how the persons are talking neighbor. They are directly orchestrating. They are directly setting things forward. They are trying to make sure everything go good. You hear one say, no, in that time in a government is not a man really corrupt, you know. And we don't want to believe it, you know. And we don't want to believe it, you know, enough of the ear to come into me, so he make it come, you know.
What are people them, sir?
So it goes to show us neighbor that the PNP neighbor is definitely a sore neighbor in Jamaica neighbor. A serious sore that at some point in time neighbor. We definitely have to rid this sore out of the country neighbor, because they're not only a problem neighbor when they're in government neighbor, they're also a problem when they're in opposition.
You know today, Scratchy, I did a little bit of thinking, and I found out that there is a difference between running and winning. That that governing is about running the country. Politicking is about winning the country. So one party is running, the other wants to win. Is this beyond politicking, Scratch? You're a man that knows the politics. Is this beyond politicking?
What the PNP, the Vice House League?
Yes, the things that they're trying. In other words, opposition parties from time to time strategize about how to counteract government policy and things like that, because you can't run unless you win. Is this beyond politics?
Again, neighbor, to be totally frank, neighbor, this is how political parties will tend to operate in some way, shape, or form. You know, just the mere fact that it leak, why they might seek some form of embarrassment on their side, neighbor, it definitely show some higher level now that these guys are definitely the ones, neighbor, who are setting the misinformation and the disinformation that is going around. But a party in opposition based on their belief and their ideology, neighbor, this is how they perform. Again, now, the next thing that they have going on their side, neighbor, is that in the voice note leaks, neighbor, there is no popular voice that we can identify and match it to a current member of parliament on their side and say that this is this person, this is A person, this is B person. I think if that was the case, neighbor, it would have carried more weight. You get what I'm saying? It would have carried more weight. The mere fact that the people who the voice note is leaking from are persons who are unknown, I think, neighbor, that will just cause it to be another political scenario going in a political organization.
Okay, the voice note did speak to the fourth term, and the speaker at the end there was suggesting that the Jamaica Labour Party is pegging its hope on Nara's success to win a fourth term, and therefore the PNP is suggesting that we can't allow that to happen. In other words, we have to find a way to stop the fourth term, and therefore the means by which the fourth term is advanced is through NARA. So let us try and stop NARA. Does that not suggest that the PNP's posture in Parliament was about stopping the bill?
Definitely, neighbor. The PNP posture in Parliament, neighbor, was definitely able to stop the bill. And we can also see that, neighbor, the PNP posture in Parliament, neighbor, was following suit, neighbor, to NEC, because it's clear, neighbor, that they were following the agenda of the NEC, who tell them to go to Parliament and make sure that they stop this bill and do everything in their power to stop this bill, because they are most concerned about the fourth term. I will speak about the third term, neighbor. One of us said yes, the third term was so consequential, because the third term was so this, the third term was so that, neighbor. But the real final nail, neighbor, in the coffin of the People's National Party, neighbor, and a lot of their surrogates and a lot of their minions, neighbor, is that fourth term. And when I say that fourth term, if I should put it in context for you, I would say that when you look at the age group of the current cohort, neighbor, of majority of the PNP surrogates, so that they're outside the parliamentary system, are the one inside, and some of them, neighbor, who directly are political dinosaurs, neighbor. This fourth term, neighbor, will kind of put some of them age, neighbor, in a certain level, neighbor, where some will be touching their near 70s, neighbor, some will be touching their near 70s, neighbor. So this will kind of slow them up in some way, shape, or form, and it will also take them away, neighbor, from the front seat, neighbor, the agenda, and they won't have the media attention that they know of, neighbor. So they know, neighbor, that the People's National Party, neighbor, should suffer a fourth term, neighbor. It is the final nail, neighbor, in a lot of their surrogates, in a lot of their members, in their coffin, the final nail in their coffin. It will be bye-bye and go home, neighbor. for these political dinosaurs who have been a pain in the back of Jamaicans over an extended period of time.
Well, the PNP has admitted in this state that that they are concerned about the Jamaica Labour Party getting a fourth term. Now, here is where it becomes a national issue, and here is where it becomes beyond politics. If the PNP, by their behavior in Parliament, because they did not only vote against NARA, but their behavior suggests that they wanted it to be contentious. Yes, they wanted it to be contentious. Are you saying to me then, Scratchy, by listening to this tape, that the PNP were deliberately being obstructionist and contentious and voted no, not because they disagreed with the content of the bill, but they were concerned about the party winning a fourth term?
Yes, they were. They were more concerned, neighbor, about the party winning a fourth term, neighbor. Because as I say, neighbor, if you're an opposition party, neighbor, and your agenda is being set, neighbor, by a body of your political organization, neighbor.
So the NEC disinstructed the elected representative to go down to Parliament and make problem?
Yes, neighbor. It was an agenda that was set by the NEC.
Let me ask you that again. The National Executive Council of the People's National Party would have been involved in what we saw on display in the Parliament?
Yes, neighbor. It is the practice of the People's National Party, neighbor, that whenever they are in power, the neighbor, it is the NEC that holds a very high. The NEC will have a very high-ranking position, neighbor, whether they are in government or not, neighbor, in terms of the policies and the programs and the direction of this government. That's why everything that the PNP does, neighbor, it seems political, because the agenda is being set by an arm or an institution within your political organization. So the NEC, neighbor, gave the PNP the agenda to go, neighbor, to show you, to further my point in terms of their disturbance, neighbor. How can I go to the Parliament, neighbor, and a man is reading a bill to me, and I am going to say to the man, this part of the bill is wrong, and that part don't make sense, and this part don't make sense. And the man is going to say to me, okay, I accept your point. They make sense more than my point. I make them apartheid now. And then when it's time to vote now, I'm going to put down my hand and say I'm not voting for the bill. Then what the sense that I waste my time and oppose and talk about what is good for my neighbor? It goes to show you that it just problem them people. You just literally come to cause problem. Link
this for me now, Scratchy, with the constituents, the people in the constituency. Now, having heard this, are you saying to me it will have no impact on these people, that they are now listening and hearing that the PNP members of Parliament who voted no to NARA voted on instruction from the party to obstruct NARA so that the Jamaica Labour Party doesn't win a fourth term? How could those people with all conscience keep supporting these members of Parliament?
Yes, Taylor, they're going to continue to support them, neighbor, because the next thing I can tell you again, neighbor, that information is information, neighbor. But information also has a lot, neighbor, to do with where and who the information is coming from, neighbor. And if in the eyes of certain people, neighbor, they already brand an institution, neighbor, a certain way, neighbor. They won't take any information coming out of that institution as gospel. It will give them a political, it will give them something that will kind of feel like they're getting some like a political.
Are you saying that we are so myopic that if Nationwide publishes something, it is Nationwide that publish it, so we won't believe it?
Yes, neighbor, because there ain't no other media house who's taking it up and running with it either. So they also compromise Nationwide as well. Not just Nationwide alone. The rest of the media fraternity itself put Nationwide in a spot as well. Because when Nationwide make a break on something and it's pushing a narrative and it's pushing a news agenda, neighbor, the rest of media houses are silent on it.
Let's listen to
and it's pushing it as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
So you want to see, if you want to see it coming outside of Nationwide, I know you only think one way now.
Yeah, let me ask you a question before I play the tape again. The politics of this, Scratchy, quite frankly, tonight I was producing around the new piece of legislation, the demerit point system. The opposition leader today came out to tell the government to delay it, and I was going to be making some points on that. There are quite a number of issues happening in Jamaica. The cost of living, the whole TCN, matters having to do with Melissa recovery. The opposition, Scratchy, playing politics. Now this quite a fillip for the government and the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party. How is the politics of this going to play out over the next couple of days? Do you think that it will place the opposition on the back foot? Do you think that this will hurt them?
No, neighbor.
No?
Definitely won't hurt them. Because again, neighbor, we have a section of our population, neighbor, that is very unruly, neighbor, who buys into these type of things, neighbor. We have a large section of our population, neighbor, who also take support our public transportation system by using taxi service and stuff like that. And a lot of them, neighbor, will share or stand in solidarity, neighbor, with their taxi drivers in terms of saying the government actions in terms of...
I'm speaking about this piece of tape, though, this piece of tape, the leak.
Oh, the leak, I don't know, neighbor. I don't see the leak, neighbor, causing more. Like I said, neighbor, again, for this to cause much problems issues, neighbor, again, it would have to be, neighbor, something, neighbor, that is being carried by other media houses, neighbor. If other media houses, neighbor, is not carrying it, neighbor, it's going to be something, neighbor, just like the FID leak as well, neighbor. Something as important as that, neighbor, died out in no time.
No other media house took that story up.
Exactly. No other media house took that story up, neighbor. The same thing is going to be done with this one. So the media fraternity itself, neighbor, we should be in one accord, neighbor, despite the competition of different media houses in terms of getting revenues and stuff like that, neighbor. You should be in one accord. And so if you have a media house, break a particular story, you know, might not have the recording, but you can now go to these persons now who are part of the PNP organization and say, there's a recording on a particular radio station. What do you have to say about that? But not even that. These guys don't do not even a follow-up question. So when it's carried by one media house, neighbor, it's not going to get the attention that it's supposed to get.
I don't know if you watch CNN or Fox, but MSNBC, but if one station carries something, all of them carries it, you know. They play it.
Exactly, neighbor. Because once it becomes something that's a talking point, neighbor, everyone wants to be a part of it, neighbor, and get their own information now, neighbor.
Yeah, and they play what each other say and how each other comment on these matters. Just as how we do it here on social media, where we will play Nationwide or RGR or Dion Jackson Miller. We play it.
Exactly, but we notice that the media quotas in Jamaica, neighbor, they stay far whenever Nationwide come up with these breaks, neighbor, or anything. They don't follow it up, neighbor. They allow it to just die out there like that. They don't amplify it. They don't add any fuel to it, neighbor. They don't ask any follow-up question in regards to it, neighbor. They just leave it alone, neighbor.
Let's listen to the tape as carried by our friends over there at Nationwide. Let me turn this up.
Is suggesting that the corruption card can be drawn against Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, Major General Anthony Anderson. The comment was made in a PNP WhatsApp group around the time General Anderson was named as the NARA boss in late May this year. The PNP appeared to be discussing what points to use to attack the government's implementation of NARA. It was suggested that casting General Anderson as a facilitator of corruption would not fly with the public, given his record in public service.
The concern I'm raising is that Anderson's track record is not one full of blemish that it will be so easy to attach certain things to him. The corruption argument not going to be attached to him so easily, right? In my humble opinion, I think they both smarted us and then putting this man now to be a CEO and whatever. Reality is we need to ensure that the average Jamaican is saying we not care who he is. He could have full of integrity like wow. He could have been whatever. He's the man who sought out all of the hurricane relief that got it to Jamaica, whether we know it or not. So I would love for us to be able to put that information together, package it for the ground so that the average Jamaican can get that information.
Another PNP NEC member told colleagues that the ruling JLP saw Nara's successful implementation as their ticket to a fourth term in office. He said the PNP had to play the right kind of ball game in light of Nara's political importance.
Bear in mind that the Nara bill is what the JLP sees as its glory and its savior for a fourth term and a fifth term or whatever. Speaking to some of them recently, some of the operatives, they see Nara as their way out to get back in tune with the Jamaican public, because they know them in a bad state, the public itself, with the cost of living and everything. So they see Nara as a serious, and they are going to do everything in their power to try to get whatever done, which means bypassing like our parish council, which probably would have do delay tactics and don't get this, which is why they did it that way. But safety standards and these things is a concern. So let's play our ball game of politics.
Let's play our ball game of politics. Claudette Brown, hi. Claudette, not there. MTIV, hi.
My neighbor.
Hi.
I don't have a new page. It's my same page. I just see my name a little bit.
Oh, hi Lashika. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
Not about. Are you leak this?
Yes.
Why you do that, Lashika? Why you leak it?
The people need to hear that the rumor about Ambassador Anderson, that he's relative to the Prime Minister, is a lie. That we need to know where it started from, right? So their whole tactic was to find something, as was mentioned in the voice note. We need to do something. We need to package something. So, the next big thing is they are related. It's a Prime Minister's cousin. So they tried everything to malign the Anderson. And I wanted to add to what Scratchy was saying. Perfect, spot on when it came to the media, right? I remember, I think Nationwide subtly called out the media award that they keep yearly. That no.
All right.
His phone is ringing.
Whose phone is ringing?
It's ringing. Then your neighbor.
Oh, me? Oh, hold on. Well, I think maybe. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the Nationwide media, that they attended the Press Awards, Association Awards, I think that's what it's called. And Nationwide was not awarded, not even one award, neighbor, right? Not even one. All the awards went to RJR Glena, and that was strategic. They have always left Nationwide out of everything. Them always left them standing alone, make it look like they are a propaganda station. They have always done it, neighbor. And it goes back to something that I said to you in my last conversation with you, that some of these media houses, and they need to pay reparation to Jamaica. And I strongly believe it, neighbor, because they sat for years and saw PNP was wrecking Jamaica, but because they were benefiting, neighbor, they did nothing. And this is one of them. They never call PNP. They don't call out the leader. They don't do nothing. Everyone sit silent and call it them big check and benefit while the regular Jamaicans suffer.
Yes. Tell me something, Lashika. Do you think that the People's National Party will respond to this? I don't think they have done so just yet. Do you think we should expect a response from them?
They will respond again. Scratch was spot on. If it gets a traction, neighbor, if it is picked up by multiple news sources, news outlet, If it doesn't, neighbor, if it's by us alone, nothing gonna happen. Nothing, absolutely nothing gonna happen. As Scratchy said, the voices are not easy recognized. It's not like we can say, oh, it's Nikisha Burchell, or it is Omar, it is Mark Bolin, it's Peter Bunting. Even if it's one of the new MPs, it go fly over everybody and say, oh, in just a chat, whatever, right? So it is not the only way it gets any form of response from the PNP is unless it is picked up by others. And it's just the truth.
What does it say about our politics, though? There is a view that Jamaica is to pursue development status. There talk about Singapore, Dubai. If we practice this type of politics, Lashika, is there any hope?
Neighbor, you know, I've always said it, and my fellow Laborites will hear this from me, that my struggle with my government that I support is that we need to get the laws going, neighbor. We need to, and I heard you said it yesterday, that the laws that will, the development of the country will depend on the laws that we put in the country, right? Neighbor, we cannot have the government trying to implement a demerit system that is all over the world, neighbor, and you're going to come and tell me that, hey, it don't work for me I go strike, I go mash up your economy, not gonna work. And I've always said it, neighbor, that my government needs to get to work and fix these laws that are
Yes, Lashika, but hold on. Today, the opposition leader came out to tell the government to delay it. Now, that is a populist move and a popular move. But the opposition leader knows that he will score political points by doing this. I think the timing of it is off too, but I think it is necessary. But I'm asking you, if we practice politics like this, how are we going to develop the country when something like a piece of legislation that is going to save lives is people are seeking to score political points? How?
I don't want you to limit it to only this piece of legislation. Look at every legislation that goes in front of Parliament.
Well, yes. Even now. Even now.
Every single one, neighbor, is a roadblock. Every single one. It was a few. The last one was what? I don't remember the last one, but you can see where Mark Golding and ISAT was at it in the Parliament. Oh, you said this, no, this, that, no. Neighbor, every single one is a blockage. Yeah. And if we have that, country will not move forward, because you're going to cause the country to always be in an uproar, neighbor, and we're going to have to retract and taking strong decisions. And how did Singapore get to where they are, neighbor? They took strong actions.
But Lashik, and I'm going to put this to you. What Jamaica lacks is that Jamaica and the Jamaica Labour Party does not have civil society groups supporting them. You see unions and the church and civil society, they are powerful influencers in a country. I think the PNP remains relevant today because of the politics the PNP practiced over 18 and a half years. Mark my word, Jamaica. Anyhow, you see the Labour Party is able to navigate the next couple of years and win a fourth term, they are going to shut down the PNP. They're going to shut them down. The relevance of the opposition is because the opposition strategically politicked over 18 and a half years to keep them relevant. Governments cannot operate on their own, ma'am. Governments operate under what is called a social contract. In other words, under the social contract, you sublet your authority, your rights to the state for what the state provides to you. Now, when you have 28 civil society groups in a country, and none of these civil society groups, including the church, can come out tonight and put out a statement and say, PNP, wrong. Wrong. And if the Labour Party put out a statement tonight, then it becomes a political competition between the labor rights and the comrades. What you need, ma'am, is for civil society to call right, right, and wrong, wrong. The problem with the Jamaican society is that the civil society groups are politically aligned. And that is part of the problem that this country has. We don't have a citizenry that is non-partisan. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I agree with you wholeheartedly, 100%.
And how do we overcome that?
Neighbor, the government need to start forming its own alliances with people like you, people like me. With like you and people like me.
Well, that is true, ma'am. There's 580 people listening on YouTube. That's a big number. There is almost.
And I dare to say, if it wasn't people like you and me, the Labour Party would be in power today.
It's a very good point you're making, ma'am. It's a very good point because they are not going to win the support of these civil society groups because they are proxies of the PNP. Not true?
Definitely.
They are proxies, ma'am. And the Prime Minister called them out. And as a matter of fact, I can tell you this. They are vexed with the Prime Minister. They are vexed with the Prime Minister because they say the Prime Minister ordered to be coming out and talking about they are politically aligned. And you see, ma'am, this classism thing in Jamaica, I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it because they don't like when people speak the truth. And the Prime Minister was bold enough, ma'am, to go up on at a press conference and say that the civic society groups are politically aligned. And my understanding that they sent out Ms. Dion Jackson Miller to tell the Prime Minister, say him out of order, that he shouldn't have said it. But that is a problem that Jamaica faces, ma'am. Not enough people in Jamaica to support values, morality, and truth.
That was going to be my point. Not enough people care about Jamaica. There are people like Jamaica for what comes with Jamaica, but there are not enough people who love Jamaica to fight for Jamaica. I hope you get what I say. They are people like Jamaica who likes Jamaica for what comes with Jamaica. Oh, I can earn a good salary there. Oh, I can live there. I can live uptown. The class is in. Oh, me not have to join the line because my sister worked down at the bank. I can live my uptown status and politics. You hear them all the time. Politics don't affect me. But there is not enough people who love Jamaica for say we need to call out the PNP because we need a better opposition. We need to call out the PNP because we need Jamaica to rebuild and rebuild stronger.
Speak a little bit more, Lashika, to how the government build these alliances, because the PNP was able to do it. How is the government to begin the process of forming alliances so that its voice can be amplified in the process of this change that we need to make? Because not true, so we have to push on with the country despite the PNP obstructionist posture.
You know what, neighbor? How the government can do it is that the government need to amplify G2K. G2K needs to join us more. So once G2K join us, we group with G2K. We join G2K, and when they are having those forums with the Prime Minister or a member of Parliament or a minister is going to be there, they send out an invite to us and say, come and share your views, come and join us, mingle with us, neighbor. Come down to us. Come down to us. Don't stay up there. Don't stand tall and look down and say, oh, we soon come check on a man. We soon come. No. Come down to us. Use your vehicle that you have, G2K, Young Jamaica, link up with us, invite us some of these programs, allow us to be a part of the planning of some of these events. Say to us, send us an invitation and say, okay, we want to hear from you. Join us here because we know you're not basically, they could say you're indirectly aligned to us because it's not like we have any membership or anything like that, neighbor. You could say, we know you're aligned with us, with our mandate. Join with us. Come, let us have a sit down and tell us how can we help you to help us. That is it.
I think you have hit something absolutely fundamental there. Listen to this.
That there are a set of Jamaicans but it's clear to me that there are a set of Jamaicans who don't want to see speed. They believe if it didn't take long, it wasn't well done. And we need to change that culture. But there are also a set of Jamaicans who don't want to see NARA succeed. It's in their political interest for NARA to succeed, and we must call them out. They hide under all kinds of names, claim to be parts of civil society when they're not. They are political activists, and we must call them by the name. And I stand here frankly and say that.
Well,
it's clear to me that there are a set of
statement by the Prime Minister, my understanding is causing a lot of people to be uncomfortable. Listen to him again.
Who don't want to see speed. They believe if it didn't take long, it wasn't well done. And we need to change that culture. But there are also a set of Jamaicans who don't want to see NARA succeed. It's not in their political interest for NARA to succeed, and we must call them out. They hide under all kinds of names, claim to be parts of civil society when they're not. They are political activists, and we must call them by the name. And I stand here frankly and say that. But
let me welcome Natalie from Jamaica Politics Uncovered. I want to thank her for joining us. I know she's quite busy, so let me just jump right over to Natalie. Good evening to you, JPU. Hi.
Hi, good night.
Natalie, what I am hearing coming out of the NAC from the People's National Party, can you confirm that this is so?
Yes, it is so. Neighbor, welcome to the camera over here.
My camera?
I think so.
Well, I'm seeing you live on screen. I'm seeing you.
Okay.
You have a nice Jamaican flag in the background here.
We have been in and out. We see you.
Listen.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing anything on this side, so that's okay. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm seeing you.
So what were you saying?
I was asking you that the piece of tape released by Nationwide today that it is authentic, eh?
It is 100%, yeah.
Natalie, what do you make of what you're hearing in that audio?
Well, first of all, neighbor, when I first heard it, I was very upset.
Oh my God, she's gone again. I'm not so sure what is happening to Natalie there, but we hope.
But neighbor, I wanted to make a point though, that the civil society groups, they have to be against Andrew Holness, because Andrew Holness is not fulfilling their mandate, or the Jamaica Labour Party, the current government. And I say that because people like NIA, those people, National Integrity Action, they really have no corruption to go and report to get any funding. And many others, most of these people benefit when a country is corrupt. Most of these people benefit when the country is crime-ridden. So they have to fight against it. Sometimes we see these fights, neighbor, and think, oh, they want the best for the country. No, this is how they get their funding. Right? This is how they get their funding. So it's always all about the money, neighbor. Follow the money. As them say, follow the money and you will see.
Yeah, Natalie's back. Hold on. Natalie?
Yes, sorry about that, neighbor.
Yes, ma'am. So you said you were shocked when you heard it.
I was very shocked when I heard it. Yes, I was.
What shocked you, Natalie?
Well, I mean, I thought, now granted, this was said right as soon as the former general was appointed. So it was, I would say it was back sometime in June, right? So it was a while ago when it was said. But the reason I'm shocked is that while I don't expect anything from the opposition where goodness and decency and patriotism, and we are for Jamaica and the Jamaican people, while I really don't expect that from them, there's something about actually confirming and getting confirmation that there is, in fact, a fifth column inside of Jamaica.
Hold on there. A fifth column? What is that?
Yes. Well, a fifth column is a group within a society or within an organization, and I'm giving you the textbook definition. I don't want to give you my definition because I can use some very colorful words, and I'm not going to do that tonight. So a fifth column is a group within a society or an organization that is sabotaging the country, in this case, undermining the country, and I find that to be very offensive.
Oh God, you are saying to me that the PNP, by a textbook definition, is a fifth column?
Yes, it is 100%. If you heard what they said,
you say that they are deliberately sabotaging the country?
That's not me saying it. That's them saying it on the audio.
Wow.
Yes.
No, Natalie. The audio itself. Let's go to that. The audio is suggesting that the PNP was orchestrating or planning a strategy to diminish, in the eyes of Jamaicans, the reputation of Major Anderson, correct?
That is one of the things. There were two things at play here. One of them is to character assassinate the Major General. And you see, I always say that whenever these people set out to do evil, God always puts someone in their midst to expose them.
Wow.
Now, there was one person in there who said, listen, this man's career, this man's track record has no blemish. It's unblemished.
Yes.
So the corruption argument is not going to stick on him. But what we can do is to make sure that it doesn't matter who is the head of NARA. The Jamaican people must see whomever it is as corrupt. So therefore, let us attack NARA. Now, you and your viewers tell me if this fifth column has anything to do with what is good for Jamaica. You have to understand what the job of an opposition party is. The job of an opposition party is to oppose what is not good for the country. I was listening for them to tell us what is not good in NARA. They haven't said what is not good in NARA. So the opposition is to oppose what is not good for the country and to propose alternative solutions. They haven't done any of that. They have not mentioned one thing in NARA that is not good. The only thing them say, corruption will go happen, corruption will go in there are no guardrails. They have said nothing. It pisses me off because at 5 years, I tell Jamaican people, say, there is a fifth column in Jamaica, and them is the PNP. Those people inside the PNP are the fifth column, and Jamaica and the government must start calling them what they are. They've already declared war on the government, okay? When they are going to tell lies, when they are going to see a bill that they couldn't stop because they're in opposition and they don't have the majority, when they're going to see a bill that is supposed to fix back the people and infrastructure, the schools, all the important infrastructures, the courthouses and everything, you're going to tell me that are people that want to deny their own people that are good for our country? They have declared war on the government of Jamaica and on the Jamaican people. And I say the Jamaica Labour Party and their representatives with the MP councillors, they must go back to their people. They must tell their people what the PNP is going on with. They must tell the people them say that all of them vote against NARA and then catch them and plan up against them. They have to articulate these things to the people.
How receptive you think the people of Jamaica are to that message, Natalie?
They're receptive to it. You think that the people in a disaster era don't want their infrastructure to fix? You think they don't want to be a community that is vibrant and active again? They do.
Yeah.
So to hear, look here, me radical enough. They say the people who are representatives, what they need to do, go in some vehicles. You know the people who drive around with the bullhorn on their vehicle?
Yes.
They must hire them people and play the vice note them in the community and make the people them hear the PNP them with the fifth column and plan up against the people them bill to help them. They must put on some t-shirt and print some t-shirt with the NARA information and go around and tell the people them say the PNP voted against NARA. How are you going to get the people them to understand what is going on if you do not educate them?
Yes.
Huh? The PNP them is going around. You didn't hear them in the town hall telling their people that corruption in the NARA. Then if them are going to tell the people them say corruption in there, what is the government going to do about it?
Yes.
Let me just say this also, because I heard somebody mention this on the program. I don't know why I come out here in a pearl, because them stop me and I work for war in a neighbor. But me hear one lady on here, and no disrespect, saying that the government must team up with us and stuff like that. The government doesn't have to do that, and I don't think they should do that. The government has enough to worry about. We are out here. I'm not looking to work for any political organization. I'm not looking any money from them. I'm not looking any notoriety or anything. I'm a patriot, okay? And I do what I do, whether I was monetized or not. And I think when we out here, as bloggers, vloggers, commentators, whatever you want to call us, when we speak that language of, it's like we're forcing the government to, affiliate or what. We don't. Let's not go there, please, because you know why? I see the PNP them come out here, come cuss them hungry, and the opposition party now look upon them and help them.
The Jamaicans who don't want to see.
You understand?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that, Natalie.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, man.
Oh, I'm saying, me not out here because me hungry. Me not think you don't look hungry to me.
Me?
So me not think
me,
you out here.
Me?
No.
Why? I hungry.
You're not hungry.
No, yes, I'm
You're not hungry.
Thirsty too.
No, sir, you're not hungry. Stop until I speak to them. But
no,
what
not
I'm
hungry.
saying is, the government has enough to worry about. The government, they watch social media. They know who is who and who is doing what. And I don't think we should have to have any contact or communication mandatorily for us to look like patriots. Let's just do what we do and encourage the government to do what they do. That's how I see it. You don't have to see it that way. I just have to say that because I don't want everybody now to come and say, boy, they want recognition from government or they want government to link them and them something. No, man, the government has a big job to do.
Let me say this, neighbor.
Yeah.
Let me state this categorically clear. Me not hungry neither, first and foremost.
Oh.
And I am not looking any recognition.
I didn't really come over here to argue. I just came to have this one-to-one talk. Well, you can talk in the chat, but we're having an interview and I'm on the floor. I'm in a planning.
You can't tell me if you're talking at the chat, lady.
All right. All right. Hold on, Natalie. Hold on, Natalie. Don't leave. No, man. Don't. All right, Lashika, just let us finish. All right, let's finish. No, but let's finish. All right, she's going to finish. Hold on. Just wait. Don't leave. Don't leave. Let me ask you a question before you go. The whole matter of the parliamentarians, they voted against the NARA bill.
Yes.
What are we to interpret from that vote? Because clearly that vote is now looking like it was not a genuine vote of concern to anything that was wrong with NARA, but part of the obstructionists. How should we read those parliamentarians, and how do you think that their constituents should be looking at them now, having listened to this piece of data?
So we just got the confirmation. If anybody had any doubt why the PNP voted the way that they did, we have the confirmation with this leak now, where the leak is telling us that you are saying obstruction, neighbor, and I think that term is way too mild. It is a sabotage. It is an undermining, okay? You know, in some countries, you have laws against sabotage in your government. Some countries put you to death for stuff like that. I don't take this lightly, okay? So what we have in the league is a confirmation as to why the PNP voted how they voted, and it was one thing and one thing only. They think in their warped minds that they're somehow going to be able to stop the government from getting the glory according to them and from securing the fourth and the fifth term, and they're all about power. Nothing else. It's just about power. And if they have to sabotage their own people, if they have to walk on their mother's graves, that is what they're going to do. We do not want a government or opposition who no business with the well-being of the Jamaican people. We don't want them.
Natalie, how do you think the party is going to respond with the leak? Because something must be wrong with the party that such an information is now being leaked. Something wrong.
Well, neighbor, you have to understand that it's two parties in one.
Oh.
You have the fifth column and you have the people them over there where them you could have said them visible people. Okay? So it has to be the other side of the party who leak it out. Right? It's a pity they can't come out here and go pay them for them goodwill. To expose them wicked people here. How the party is going to respond to it? They cannot. They cannot respond to this. What are they going to say?
But I'm speaking about the internal state of the party now. That leaks. I remember in the 90s, when the Labour Party were having meetings up at Belmont Road, you basically got a blow for blow while the meeting was happening at Belmont Road. When leaks start come out of an organization, Natalie, you know that the leadership is in problem.
The leadership is in more than problem, and it's not just the leadership that is in problem, right? I mean, if you saw what Damian Crawford put out just a couple of days ago, that in and of itself tells you that there are two factions and they're colliding right now. What Isaac Buchanan said in the parliament and later said afterwards, when Isaac Buchanan stood with the former speaker, when Philip Powell nodded his head in agreement, and when Isaac came out of the parliament and him said, him now go follow back as somebody in a G-string and all of them something there. You can tell that there's a lot of stuff going on in there and not everybody agree with the arms house and outer that's going on in there. Then don't agree with the sabotaging of the Jamaican people. Did you hear Isaac Buchanan get up and talking about, say, Nara corrupt? Granted, I'm no fan of Isaac Buchanan. I don't like the guy. Okay? So, I'm just saying, right is right and wrong is wrong. Just because I don't like somebody, no means say, if they do something that is good, me can't say, all right, that is good. Did you see Isaac Buchanan in there, and I can probably name maybe 2 or 3 more people, who stood in that parliament and openly sabotaged the bill? No, they didn't do it.
Yeah, correct. Before you go, Natalie, a comment on Miss Burchell. Miss Burchell was in St. Elizabeth on the weekend complaining that she's been attacked and she's not feeling safe and how nasty and all of that. What do you think Miss Burchell is trying to achieve here?
No, but to be honest with you, don't talk about her on my platform. I try my best. I told you the last time I was here that I made a vow that in the next 4 years or 5 years, I will not mention those serpents anymore.
Oh.
But since you asked, and I like you, I will answer you.
You like me, ma'am. I like you too.
I do.
Yes.
So I will answer you. Nikisha Burchell came out of the shadows of the PNP fifth column and sabotage group. She was one of them who was behind the sabotaging of the leadership and Peter Phillips and all those things. They put her in the parliament for whatever reason. I don't know the reason, but they put her in there. She didn't come in there ways. She didn't come in there and show a different side of her. The same saboteur, underminer, the same disgusting, disrespectful set of people that come into our parliament, and that was the behavior from day one. Okay? She disrespected the House Speaker. She disrespected the Prime Minister. She come out here, come say, rumor has it she and the Prime Minister in her things. She go in the parliament, go stroke mic like a private part and stick out her tongue. Tell me which part of that now? How can we character assassinate somebody like that? No, she kill herself. There's nothing that we could do to harm her. Whatever you see her do, whether it is the, putting her fake body on display and all those things. That is her doing. All we're doing as commentators and people who are bloggers and vloggers, all they're doing is talking about it. I see one man out here tell her that she must go over OnlyFans. All them little things that she don't want to hear. But when you're in at the parliament stroking the mic and sticking out your tongue, what do you think people are going to say? It is too late.
Oh.
The house done gone out to the gate. Now, where she talk about her safety? If she's going to dead anyway, she's going to die in the PNP. It's over there and kill woman. And sexually harass woman.
Oh my God.
So and nobody else not going to kill her. It's over there, she going dead.
Oh my God. Oh, Natalie.
Yeah.
You are punching hard.
Well, it's the truth.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Neighbor, tonight, me warm tonight, you know, can me just come off from my life, you know.
You warm?
I'm not come out of a play nice with nobody, you know.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yes.
Bam,
over
bam.
the share dead.
Oh God. Oh God. Tell me something, Natalie.
Yes.
There is much talk about a challenge to Mr. Golding's leadership by Mr. Crawford, and based on Nationwide, and I believe Nationwide does have good sources within both parties, that Crawford seemed to be ahead. Are you surprised?
Ahead in what?
No, that he's ahead. Are you surprised?
You mean in a poll? In internal poll?
No, that in terms of the number of members of parliaments supporting Crawford. 9 to 14.
To be honest with you, the PNP is so fragmented at this time. It is very hard to tell, and I don't see too many people of the parliamentarians who would want to even get involved in an internal race. And let me just say this. Some people will agree, some people won't. But I know my politics. I'm a student of politics. And that's when I come out here and talk politics, people will listen to me because people know me I'm an idiot. You see, from Lisa Hanna left the PNP, them dead. Whether Labour rights like her or not, Lisa Hanna, who has been a member of the PNP and a member of parliament for as long as she has, when Lisa Hanna took up her foot and left the PNP in the way that she did, them dead. Lisa Hanna, smart enough, intuitive enough to know that this PNP, now led by Rise United and people like Burchell, had nowhere going. Lisa saw that. I saw it in 2020 and I spoke it publicly, and I can go dig up my video them when I talk it publicly. Lisa saw it in 2022. I don't know if she strategically stayed because she didn't want anybody to say, all right, I choose she lose the internal race, make sure run gone. That's a good thing if that's what she did. And I'm thinking, as an intuitive woman, I think that's what she did. She just make some time breeze off. Nobody can come attack her and say, I choose she lose her, she never helped the leader. But Lisa Hanna knew that this PNP, led by this fifth column, could not go anywhere electorally. She knew it.
Yeah.
Now, what do we have left in the PNP? We have Damian Crawford, who, and I feel bad saying this because politics aside, I used to like Damian Crawford. I thought that he was a patriotic Jamaican, a nice guy, you know, somebody can talk to, whether you're on PNP, GLP, or no peace side. But looking in at the PNP and looking at Damian Crawford has not evolved or grown, in my opinion. Right? Damian Crawford, as smart as he is, I think he's a smart guy. I think he has allowed himself to you see sometimes when you mix energy with some people and you put yourself in some circles, you can become what they are, whether you like it or not. And that's why I don't share energy with a lot of people, right? Because I like the way I am. I don't want no influence coming on my circle and coming on my orbit to come destroy my spirit and come disrupt the way that I view things and how I am. You have to be a special person for coming on my orbit. You understand? Damian Crawford is an example of that because a lot of people can testify to this. That Mr. Damian Crawford, when Angela Brownberg lifted the mess, Damian Crawford got up and started laughing and running on the parliament like a little idiot. That's not a grown man behavior. Damian Crawford, I watched him on the platform when some members of the opposition were silent. Damian Crawford joined the people who were lying on the Prime Minister, defaming the Minister of Government, a Minister of Local Government, speaking lies, calling people corrupt and these things. Damian cannot expect people to take him serious and do those things. So I have seen Damian Crawford deteriorated politically. I don't know what he's like in his personal life, but I have seen Damian Crawford deteriorated himself, and it's so sad to watch because I don't like to see Jamaican people, especially young, gifted, black, right? I remember the vice president race, what Damian Crawford was in the PNP. Damian Crawford came out as one of the most popular persons in the PNP. You understand? And him talk will make sense and people just did love him. But Damian Crawford, him go mix up himself. If Lisa Hanna did stay among the fifth column, at the same thing, she wouldn't have faced now, you think she don't know?
Yes.
If Lisa Hanna or anybody with sense stayed among them, it would be the same thing. So you cannot stay among certain people and lower your value. When you lose your value, money cannot buy that back.
Right. Right.
And that's it.
Fantastic. You know, Natalie, you're okay. Complete your thought. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say, when you talk about leadership now, between Mark Golding and Damian Crawford, none are really better than the other in terms of leading a major political party in opposition. I'm sorry to say, none no better than the other. I said on my platform that if the PNP wanted to look like a serious opposition, they can maybe choose somebody like Natalie Neatly. I didn't see her out there on the platform telling lies on the government and doing those other things. She wasn't doing that, and that tells me she's a little more mature, right? Mickey, he's imperfect, but he looks a little more mature than Damian Crawford. Damian Crawford or Mark Golding, make no difference. So the only thing we see are just the continuous internal warfare until the people then pick somebody, and only God alone can tell you how that will work. But we're not really busy with that, We just want Jamaica people them to know that there's a fifth column in Jamaica and it exists within the PNP. The NARA will come before them to help the people them get back their infrastructure, them vote against it, and now we have the evidence in the leak that the only thing that the opposition is in the parliament to do is to use the obstruct, may also sabotage, undermine, disrespect the Jamaican people and what is right for them.
Fantastic. You know, Natalie, you are very well respected in this space. I think a lot of people listen to you, and when you speak, your voice carries quite a bit of weight. I watched the comments though, as you responded to something that Lashika said, and the audience felt that you were a little bit hard on her in that she had made a point about the party, forming alliances with persons like maybe not you, because I wouldn't mind if the party make some overtures to us. I must tell you the truth, because I have felt that we could partner better if we were getting certain types of information on it. And I think there was a little bit of uncomfortableness between that interaction, and I don't want you to leave here feeling that you're being attacked, and I don't want Lashika to feel like she was being attacked either. Follow?
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, and I respect your opinion, and I respectfully say I did not disrespect her. I did not call her hungry. The first thing she said, first of all, I'm not hungry. I didn't say she was hungry.
No, man.
Sometimes people listen. Sometimes people hear to respond. They don't listen to respond. I did not call her hungry at all. The only thing I responded to, and I don't know her, so I could never be rude to somebody I don't know.
Yes.
The only thing I said pertaining to her statement is that, in my opinion, I don't think that anybody should put any pressure on the government or have any expectations of communication. How I get my information, the government has the Jamaica Information Service. They have their various social media platforms. I listen to some people in mainstream who I think carry good information. But to the people who say I was harsh with her, the reason why I said that I would leave immediately, neighbor, you have to understand me. I don't like drama. I don't do drama.
Nor do I.
Will tell you. Yes.
Nor do I.
I don't like drama. So you say anywhere drama start, I take my exit. That's just how I am. But it wasn't to disrespect anybody. So yeah, I didn't call her hungry, and I did not appreciate the way that she came at me talking about, first of all, I didn't say you were hungry. Okay. You're trying to pick a fight, and I'm not here for a fight.
Okay, yeah, all right. Natalie, always nice talking to you, and congratulations on the way you continue to articulate the issues, and big up. You here?
Yeah, man. Thank you. You have a good night.
All right.
And thank your audience for listening. Take care.
Absolutely great. All right. Yeah. So that's what.
But I think it's only fair for me to respond, and I will respond to what she said. I am not picking a fight with her. I don't know her either. I have seen her in the space, and I have no reason to do that. But if I am going to say, neighbor, that we can form alliances with the government, how did hungry become a part of the conversation and our argument? That wouldn't have been said. It is basically saying I'm not going to interpret what I'm saying. I picked from it what I picked from it already. That was a very unfortunate statement, and I did not appreciate that. She went on further to say, oh, we're patriots and all of that. You can be patriotic and still be aligned to a political party. That's what I am saying. It doesn't matter. I am not waiting for the Jamaica Labour Party to fail. I am here to help them to be stronger. And if connecting with them directly will make them stronger and be a better party and a better government, I will be here to do that. And that's what I am saying. I have associated myself with people who work, who are educated, who are saying we will. Let us government, let us share. So it's not everything we can bring online, neighbor, to say to the government, I think this is the best way. We're just saying we can be strategic in private. That's all I am saying. We can share our views to the government in private. We're not saying if we come, make we go the government and collect money from them and benefit from them. That's not what I am saying. And neighbor, why you brought up the point as well, neighbor, you were saying those civil society groups, they speak for the PNP. Why can't we be more aligned to the JLP and speak directly for the JLP?
Did you know, Lashika, that I heard Desmond McKenzie saying that Mr. Malava is the president of the Jamaica Teachers Association. That Mr. Malava came out and said that there were adults having sexual activities in front of students. And I heard the minister saying that Mr. Malava was sent out to lie.
Exactly, neighbor.
Mr. Malava,
exactly.
The president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, who is a PNP man, and everybody know that the JTA is a proxy for the People's National Party. But if a man of the stature of Malava could be sent out to lie, ma'am, then you realize that the government will need to understand that it has to form some amount of...
Neighbor, look at it. Why we brought this up, 28 civil society groups came out say, no Nara. How many civil society groups came out for the party? How much?
Only the bloggers.
Okay, how many editorials were in the paper?
Ma'am, I spoke to someone, and I don't want to say much about this because someone high up in the church, ma'am, and I am a churchman myself, but I have spoken to someone in the church that they are opinion shapers. And do you know, ma'am, that the church in Jamaica, the church are more amenable to support the PNP?
Of course, neighbor.
The leadership of the leadership. Huh?
Have you seen some of the ceremonies, neighbor, online with the mature words?
The sermons.
The sermons. Yes, sorry. The sermons, how they're jabbing at the party.
Oh yes,
And
absolutely.
This is where the conversation was going. It has nothing to do about wanting any direct contact it has nothing to do with it. Nothing. So I don't want that to be said.
Yeah, got you. We're moving on from it. In that regard, Lashika, what do you make of the parties at 10 with the Truth Matters campaign that they've started last week? What do you make of that?
It was very well, it was very well, and it was very well received. I think it was really good. It's something that people like yourself and others like Chuck have been saying. We have been saying it, like these are the things. But I think when it comes more directly from the party, people will listen. And I think you know, neighbor, when you get a little visit from a member of the party, how your viewership goes up and people listen, even if it's the same thing that you have been saying, neighbor, right? Even if they come here and they're repeating the same thing, people just want to hear, and it goes back to the classism that we speak about. People like people with status. That's the truth.
well, that's why the numbers are so high tonight, because you are here. You're a woman of status.
I don't. I'm going to leave you because my mood shifted. So
no. Listen.
No, man, I am fine, neighbor.
Okay, sure. Yes. Okay, bye. All right. Honey B, let me hear from you. We are 25 minutes to 10 o'clock. Hi.
Hello, neighbor. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Neighbor, I believe that with this leak of this piece of vice note and whatever they were discussing, it's not surprising for me, because it's not the first that they have a leak of private discussion that is held by certain division, certain parts of the party. And the situation is, this is how the PNP strategized to try and get out the government. This is not the only point that they're trying to put across for the people to lose faith in the government and what the government is trying to do to put the country forward. They also use the thing. Yesterday I heard someone is talking about Jamaica is the only country that is not willing to take back their people when they are getting deported from other countries. And I had to ask, where did you get that from? And said, see the people them don't, see them not take the people them. I said, I heard you say that, but I'm asking you, where did you get it from? And she could not give me a source. It's so that right away it said to me that it was a third party information that she has. She has no proof. She has no legitimate information to say the government ever reject a naturally born citizen of this country, a Jamaican birth, when they are deported from anywhere else to come back home. It's just that they spread the news. So what they're doing now with this NARA, they have nothing against Major Anthony, but in order, they already tried to say the government is corrupt and the government thief and all of that. They see that did not get them across the finish line in terms of forming the next government. So what they're trying to do now is to muddy the water around Major Anderson, to let the people, even the people that are getting the help, to let them not trust the system that is there to help them. Because what they do know is that if they talk it enough, the people will believe it.
Yeah. Hold on there for me. YouTube, there are so many of you over here, almost 800. Please, can you please subscribe to the channel? I beg you. Hit the subscription button, and let's see if we can move up to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. YouTubers, hit subscribe, like, and subscribe. That's all we're asking you to do tonight. Like the channel and subscribe. Subscribe to Politics Matter JA. Thank you for doing that. It's 22 minutes to 8 o'clock, and you're in tune to Politics Matter JA. This is the Hello Neighbor Show. We're here Monday to Thursday, 7 o'clock until 10. And we are here sometimes on a Saturday, and we are here on Sundays with a program called the Sunday Review, where we review all the major news stories of the week. Please like and share and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Politics Matter JA. Thank you, Honeybee.
Okay, neighbor. So I'm saying that's what they do because for some reason, the civil society groups, they are not just trying to win the fight here in Jamaica. They are going far and wide. They are going to the diaspora because the person I heard with the information that I just said to you a while ago is a Jamaican that lives in the Cayman Islands. So you see, they're going far and wide and they're spreading all kind of narrative just to get people not to believe or to buy into the rebuilding process that the government is trying to implement in the country. So this is how they it has worked for them before, neighbor. What they're doing, it worked over the years.
Yes.
It worked in the 18.5 years they were in government. So they're doing what they know. They don't know any other way. This is what they know. And they decide if they attack from more than one end, something must stick. That's what they believe. So I believe that the government has to understand that a local government election is going to come up soon, and they have to start the campaign now for that by putting out there the information that the people need, that they can make the right decision. Because if you listen to this clip, neighbor, they said they had planning why they were against Nara. Nara was not going through the parish council that they could lock it down for a period of time to delay the process.
Yes.
And that bothered them because that was one of the strategies that they planned to use.
Yes.
And that wasn't a part. So they see that, because if you heard, they said they made a smart move. She did say the government made a smart move by the way they did it, by not going through the parish council. Because that was a way that when they realized they couldn't stop the bill, they could not stop the bill, and and it's not going through the parish council, they realized they lost that fight. So now they can no longer use that. So now we have to play dirty and to destroy someone's character by muddying the water, right? Because she know this man she know that they don't have anything corrupt on this man. So that's why she said, corrupt or not, we have to do what we have to do. So that's what they believe. They believe they believe that what they are planning can work. And there's more to come there, but I don't believe this is the only discussion they had.
Yeah. Well, discussion aside, ma'am, it does show that Jamaica has problems, and it does show that the politics is in need of serious reform. The way we
have serious problems, and people, the way the people mind work. And you heard the other night, Rusty was telling you that there are laborers, that they are buying into this foolishness that not now one. What do you expect to go on? And you have to make something go on. You have to go and find yourself work to build your life. There is so many things you can do. There is opportunities that you can do. It is free. And the government keep telling you, we are moving in direction where you need certification, in order to hold on at certain positions, get certain jobs. Get yourself ready that when the time comes, you are in the space where you can be marketable enough to get a piece of the pie. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. The handout not working. It has never worked. All it do is bankrupt the country, and some people benefit and some don't. Civil society don't want this government because the way they used to make their buck is no longer open, and that's where they have the problem. That's where. So you will never find the gleaner, neighbor. Bring this forward, because the gleaner is a proxy of the PNP. So you
well, I don't know if it's a
never
proxy, but I definitely think that they lean towards that party.
Neighbor, the head of the Cleaner Communication Group say he support Mark Golin. That tells me enough.
Oh, well, you know.
He did say that. He did say he support him.
Uh-huh.
So that tells me enough. I don't need anything more. You support him, so that's what you believe. You believe in his way of politics because it benefits you.
Uh-huh.
Because when you used to have, I don't know if it still exists, that construction company. Remember when Portmore was...
Well, yes. Uh-huh.
So you benefited. So no, you want back that. Probably not in the construction field, but in something.
You know, one of my listeners, he says that them not lean, then drop down on them. Jamaicans are the best. It's not a lean, then drop down on them, sir. Oh, Lord. Oh, well, I tell you.
I think that's a good one.
Fascinating. Lean neighbor, then drop down on them. Oh, sir, you make me laugh. Wow.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's a good one.
Time is running out on me here. You see, Honey B. Catch you on the other side. All right. Yeah. Let me go back to Scratchy and Harry. Hey, Scratchy.
Yes, Deva.
Yes, Scratchy. With all we have heard here tonight, and it has been a very fast-moving show. The fact of the matter is, Scratchy, that the PNP has proven themselves to be just from their playbook, Scratchy. It's nothing really surprising. It's a PNP playbook. Yeah, I'm saying to you that what we are witnessing here is coming out of the playbook of the PNP. That is how the PNP practices its politics. Correct?
I'm just telling you, 100%. This is how they practice their politics, neighbor. Just the neighbor, the NAC. The NEC as a neighbor, the party neighbor that pushes the political agenda of the PNP. That's how we see when they're in government. They practice from a governance neighbor through with the same kind of political style, and they do it in opposition same way. So this is how they operate. This has been how they have been from the 70s coming right up neighbor. And I think that we are seeing an amplifying of it. You know, we've never seen anything like this neighbor since present future, but we are seeing it more amplified right now. We're seeing the playbook being used more now, neighbor. This thing with the advent of social media, neighbor, the quick clear way how you about these things, neighbor. It is not like in the past where the playbook was of more relevance, where they could put something out there and the media houses that back them at that time could push it and enhance it. And you know, we the normal person wouldn't have any chance or opportunity to research or rebut it. So in this current generation, we are in this technologically advanced time. What the PNP don't realize is that the things have no more relevance right now. The playbook might have things in it, yes, that can cause or stir up public opinion, yes. But in terms of its relevance in shaping the political landscape or putting it back in government, that relevance is there no more. And I think the PNP still don't realize that. And the PNP has not come to the understanding that what the type of politics that they're practicing, Jamaica has moved away from it. Andrew Michael Holness, neighbor, has moved Jamaican politics, neighbor, from the combative style, from the attacking style, and put it to a level, neighbor, of some formality, and a level where persons can go, neighbor, and cast them vote in a peaceful way. Because one of the main things, neighbor, that led to our low voter turnout was the high violence that surrounded our politics. Persons were afraid to go out and stand up in a line and vote, with the possibility of line being shoot up or something like that, or coming back from poor, whatever attacks might happen, and they get caught up wrong place, wrong time. So that has been removed from our electoral process, from our electoral system. And we have a more advanced system now where persons are more freely now, can go out now and cast them ballot and feel free, so they won't come under a certain level of high victimization as before. But one of the good things that I always say is that going forward, the opposition People's National Party, nothing political is going in their favor, neighbor. I don't see them gaining any form of traction. I don't see them gaining any form of attention. Nothing is going in their favor, neighbor. well-thinking Jamaicans who consider themselves to be non-partisan neighbor, non-partisan, they are not leaning towards the People's National Party. And the good thing is, neighbor, that this demographic group who call themselves non-participant, majority of them have the ability, neighbor, to understand what is coming from out of the government, to research, to know what is going on within the government, neighbor. So it is not like the information, neighbor, from this cohort group, neighbor, is not reaching them, or they don't understand the government is using, neighbor. Majority of them in this cohort understand it. The problem is that the low is where the PNP seems more dominant at the lower level, because we get to find out that the lower man now tend to run in the rumors and tend to run in the. But the greatest thing with the lower level, neighbor, the message or whatever the message has been having, it is not having any great impact. It is only having impact on persons who are already in favor of the People's National Party. Like a man who's in favor of the Jamaica Labour Party, hear something, hear one of the rumor, I tell him I go turn and switch because I'm in here. It is only impacting the People's National Party. Whether we like it or not, these persons are going to always vote PNP. And the thing about Jamaican electorate, neighbor, is that only the persons who support the Jamaica Labour Party, neighbor. That's why PNP always seem to be more relevant, because every single person who go to the polls and vote for the PNP, neighbor, they didn't wake up the morning and thinking that one day they are going to vote for PNP, neighbor. Their mind was made up from months and years before. It is a duty of them to go out and vote for the PNP. So that whether on the left side or left, right or left, they were going to vote to the PNP. Contrary to the Jamaica Labour Party now, neighbor. Yes, Jamaica Labour Party have a group of people like that also, yes, who decide say yes, they are going to directly vote for the Jamaica Labour Party now. But the particular group I talked about earlier, who consider themselves to be non-participant, even though they are leaning like what the Jamaica Labour Party is doing, and their interest is leaning toward the Jamaica Labour Party. A large population of them, or a large amount of them, neighbor, on election day, it is down to how they feel. It is down to how they hear the response of what is going on from different media groups in terms of the voter turnout, the energy and the vibe. That is what they rely on. And that is why we don't see the Jamaica Labour Party gaining this high level of voter turnout or voting numbers, neighbor, to match the energy and match the feeling of the country and saying, okay, based on the amount of persons who are saying Labour Party is doing good, Labour Party will have next another majority victory. But the majority victory for where we are looking for, the 49 and the 50, it didn't come, neighbor. Because even though them share the interest of the party, they didn't go out and vote for the party.
Fantastic. Let me ask you before you go, Scratchy, finally. This kind of is how the PNP not only opposes, but how they govern. Isn't this so? That they govern with the same mindset? That is what is very concerning.
The same mindset, neighbor, and that is what is very concerning, neighbor, because the PNP, neighbor, and everything that they do, neighbor, is always politicking. Every single decision that the People's National Party has made, neighbor, in past history, neighbor, while they were in government, neighbor, it was never in the best interest, neighbor, of Jamaicans, neighbor. It was in the best interest, neighbor, of the political party, which is called the People's National Party, and how they could advance their political agenda, not the governance agenda, neighbor. Every single decision. That's why, yes, neighbor, we had
that is why we were told. That is why we're paying this high toll right now.
That is the point where I'm going. That's why you see we have the JPS contract, neighbor. The JPS contract, neighbor, was negotiated, neighbor, in the best interest of Jamaica and Jamaicans, neighbor. It was done, neighbor, based on whatever personal agreement or behind the scene thing, neighbor, happened between the PNP and these things. For you to give a company, neighbor, this monopoly whole on your country over an extended period of time. When you look at even the tolls that we are talking about now, which is going on, neighbor, you can't develop the roads, neighbor.
Yeah, we are down here worrying about who signed contract. Who signed the contract is irrelevant, Scratchy. Who signed the contract is irrelevant. What is irrelevant is what conditions led Jamaica to the table that it couldn't even negotiate a good deal for its people. Those are the things that we need to be discussing.
Exactly, neighbor. Those are the things that we need to discuss. Who signed the contract is very relevant, neighbor. It's the conditions, neighbor, that cause us, neighbor, to be placed in a situation like that. Where we
basically couldn't not sign. So who signed it after? The fact of the matter is that we were so boxed in a corner that we had to sign it.
Exactly. And I hear persons, neighbor, last night saying that all contracts have loopholes and this can change, neighbor. These types of concessionary, neighbor, that are given to these companies, neighbors who come in your country, neighbor, are offer, neighbor, to construct, neighbor, infrastructures in your countries, neighbor, and use their own capital and do everything, neighbor. It is very difficult, neighbor, based on inflation, neighbor, and the movement of the US dollar, neighbor, for you to negotiate with these people, because these people have to get back their money, neighbor, plus an agreed interest.
Yeah.
Plus, and I say it is, you can't tell a man, say, to put a feel personal interest, neighbor, because of your political pressure where you are commanding.
Don't busy with that.
He don't business with that, neighbor, and invested in his money and he want to return.
Yes, quite so. You have always said, Scratchy, that Jamaica practices a unique type of politics, and you have international experience living in another country. Scratchy, having listened to this piece of voice note, and even as you reflect on the toll argument and all the nuances and the conversations taking place in Jamaica, Scratchy, what hope do you have that Jamaica can move forward apace? How likely it is that we can develop our country and get further ahead?
That's a very, very important question, neighbor.
I notice you are thinking about it.
Yeah, neighbor, because this is a very serious question, neighbor, and I don't want to be seen biased
and negative
in my response, and I also don't want to seem negative. So what I would say, neighbor, that I am very optimistic, neighbor.
Yes.
When it comes to my country, Jamaica, neighbor.
Yes.
I know that we are not where we want to be, neighbor, but we're not where we used to be. And what I can say for say, neighbor, as an understanding person, neighbor, is that I have seen changes, neighbor. I have seen strides being made, neighbor, over the past couple of years. So if I should just come and try to bash and say, hope in Jamaica, there's no possibility for change, there's no possibility for realignment, neighbor.
But am I not correct? Am I not correct, Scratchy? Am I not correct? And that should the PNP return to power, Jamaica could be in for some dark times.
All right, definitely, neighbor. If you look at the context, neighbor, despite whatever physical rules we have in place, neighbor, government still has some autonomy, neighbor.
Oh yes.
Their policies.
Yeah, because if you run the economy to the ground, fiscal rules don't matter.
Exactly. In terms of how government craft their policies and in terms of how government craft their programs. So if the PNP can definitely come in play, neighbor, and they can definitely change the whole prospect of everything, neighbor. We have seen them spoken about, neighbor, on more than one occasion about taking money from the NIR.
Yes.
You know, that is something that is also possible, neighbor. We have seen them talk about slow down the payment of the debt.
Yes.
That is something that can be very...
and they also talk about organic growth. I think that's gonna happen over Riverton Dump.
I don't know what is organic growth, you know.
Because I need some organic matter to put on some plant root around my backyard.
A mango tree can't come without a mango seed deep here, neighbor. So I don't know what kind of
organic growth.
You can't get a mango tree without a mango seed deep here.
I tell you, if you look on Miss Burchell, you may see organic growth. But you're saying that you're optimistic that we can do it.
Yeah, neighbor, I'm very optimistic, neighbor, that we can do it.
But it depends on keeping the Labour Party in power.
It depends, neighbor, on the agenda, neighbor, and the agenda that we are currently being ruled under, the agenda that we are currently following, neighbor. It is one that is in the best interest of Jamaica and Jamaicans, neighbor.
Yes.
Because the reason why I differentiate and say Jamaica and Jamaicans, neighbor, is not only Jamaicans alone who are benefiting in terms of its citizens, neighbor. The country itself, in terms of Jamaica, is getting a facelift.
Yes.
Jamaica is making a remodel neighbor. Jamaica is being reshaped.
Rebranded.
So,
Rebranded.
Jamaica is being rebranded.
And we have credibility. Scratch.
And we have credibility. And
yes.
that is the greatest thing, neighbor. So Jamaica and Jamaicans, neighbor, are excelling. But if I should come here and tell you, so within the next 3 years, or within the next 4 years, or within the next 5 years, I don't see it happen within those short period of time. But over extended period, neighbor, to the rapid development, neighbor, of the country, I think persons, neighbor, I think I really see a neighbor. Why there's this high level of lawlessness and unruliness, neighbor, in the country, neighbor, is as a result, neighbor, persons don't really have anything to be appreciative for in a neighbor.
Oh,
There's nothing for persons to really be appreciative for in a neighbor. So, with the advancement, neighbor, the continuous development of the country, neighbor, and persons started to see the country reshape and the country have a different look, neighbor, you're going to differently, you're going to automatically see citizens start to change.
Yeah. As the environment shifts, it will be shifting in their thinking.
Exactly, neighbor. The building is all neighbor and scraping neighbor.
Yes.
And look dilapidated neighbor. Persons are gonna go and pee on the wall.
That's why you carry your girl to 5-star hotel.
You know.
You want to put her in an environment to bring out the best in her, Scratchy. Pick up yourself.
Exactly, environment and a lot.
Lord, oh Lord. Well, yes. By the way, I remember, you know, sir, the first time I went to an all-inclusive and you know, Scratchy, when I stepped in and I opened the fridge full of liquor. We say to the people, they say, where the liquor you come from? I say, you're all of yours, Mr. White, all of yours. And I say, oh my God. And when I peep out through the window, Scratchy, and look at the sea and all the nice breeze, it puts you in a certain mood, don't you?
Exactly. Why you think the people of Cherry Garden live like that? Why you think any little thing happen, you see them try to make sure so there's no gang around, there's no groupings, there's no nice, there's no... Because these people have something to really appreciate.
Yes. Absolutely,
their
sir.
Property and value.
Environment shapes behavior.
I'm gonna live on a back to now, neighbor, where he must have only 200,000. What you can tell him, so to make him feel like him appreciate him of anything I follow about nice and behaving to you, nobody can make nice, and I feel like he can do anything he wants. So I think I don't want to go in country neighbor. It's greatness happening for Jamaica neighbor. Where we are not where we want to be, but we're not where we used to.
And in that regard, and I'm pressing you a little bit, I'm coming to you, Harry. In that regard, Harry, Scratchy, Prime Minister Holness is deserving of credit, Scratchy, because my God, he has had to deal with a lot.
What we have seen neighbor across the length and breadth of Jamaica neighbor over the last 10 years. I don't want us neighbor to sit here or stand here neighbor, lay down and just look at it neighbor and say, is anything normal happening neighbor?
Thank you. Yes.
It's not anything normal happening in Jamaica.
Yes, Scratchy.
And you know what I'm gonna say neighbor? We concrete up things neighbor. It not like say neighbor over the 10 years neighbor. The government came and the government just stick to one issue and try to fix one issue neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Riding and whistling neighbor.
Thank you. Not to mention COVID and Melissa and the PNP has been, Scratchy, it has been an amazing journey for this Prime Minister.
Neighbor, it has been an amazing journey, and I can tell you, neighbor, that as long as Jamaica is around, neighbor, and Dr. Andrew Michael Holness' name, neighbor, will be calling, neighbor, for years and generations.
What an amazing Prime Minister. Yeah.
The Prime Minister, neighbor.
Yeah.
Created the greatest infrastructure change across
Jamaica. Yes, correct. And when you think of the opposition that he has come upon, I mean, 5 years, Scratchy, the IC has been on his case. The PNP has been up and up. Listen to me, civil society, right? The man has been able to cut the crime, created jobs, the largest infrastructure in our history, positioned Jamaica, took Jamaican from the menu, put it on the table, with all of the negatives in the society. He has, what if, Scratchy, the Prime Minister was getting more support? What if the opposition was more cooperative? Jamaica now would have been 10 steps further ahead, man.
Yeah, if all the disasters come across Jamaica, neighbor, since Anjones has been in power from 2016 till now, I can tell you, neighbor, that we will be blooming. Just imagine, neighbor, Jamaica without COVID.
Yes.
Imagine Jamaica without Melissa.
Yes.
Imagine Jamaica without Berlin. And the case will go back to COVID, neighbor. Remember, neighbor, COVID interpreted, neighbor, 24 or 26 consecutive period of growth in it, neighbor.
Interrupted, yes. Absolutely.
That's what COVID stopping up. 26 periods of growth, interrupted period of growth, that's what COVID slowed down and stopping, neighbor. Stop our economy and put our economy to a complete halt, And
lockdown.
Despite that, no one was laid off, neighbor, from the government. The government managed to hold up, though. I don't expect to be tourism being put on halt. Neighbor, what Andrew Michael, but then you come and fast out to Melissa now, neighbor. Over 58% of our economy wipe out, neighbor. What Andrew Michael loneliness has gone through, neighbor. If these things, neighbor, need to come in Jamaica, Jamaica way, neighbor, I can tell you, neighbor, we would be blooming. The amount of roads would be fixed across the length and breadth of Jamaica. The amount of industries would have been created, social housing program would have been for a rapid program. And one of the biggest disasters of all, neighbor, because COVID was something that we had no control over. National health thing, neighbor.
Is Mark Golden?
This death, neighbor, was a natural disaster we have nothing about. But our biggest homegrown disaster that was created over a period of time, neighbor, the People's National Party, was the biggest obstruction to the government growth and advancement.
Yes.
Our own homegrown problem.
You are saying to me that the PNP is than a category 5?
Never, the PNP is worse. Never, the PNP is worse than the category 5.
What you say to me?
What the PNP did from 1976.
Oh my God.
Compared to what they did over the 18 consecutive years, neighbor, with FinSat, neighbor. They cost the country more, neighbor, if we should match inflation from that time till now. From that time till now, neighbor. It would cost us more than what Hurricane Melissa had cost us.
Oh, Hurricane PNP.
Hurricane PNP, neighbor, neighbor, they are weapons of mass destruction. I don't know America.
Sir, I wonder how many lives they have taken. I wonder how many lives.
How many lives they have taken?
I wonder how many people house them blow down.
Neighbor, this is the worst hurricane.
I wonder how many students they left uneducated.
Yes, neighbor, that is what them blew on cars. They don't come with
It's a tsunami.
Neighbor, they don't come with high force winds, neighbor, no rainfall, neighbor.
Yes.
They come with high level of poverty, high level of crime, high level of unemployment, high level of all type of negativity. That's what Hurricane PNP come with. They don't come with any high force winds or rain or anything like that, neighbor. They come with destruction, they come with poverty, they come with pain upon people. Oh my gosh, neighbor, PNP.
Yeah.
Destruction, neighbor, but a mass destruction. I don't America don't hear about them yet.
Oh yes. But let me ask you a question. Why has the Met Service, the international Met Service, not do something about it?
Neighbor, I tell you before, neighbor, the Met Service can only pick up high force winds, neighbor, and rainfall. This hurricane, neighbor, is very different. They don't come with that. They come with poverty. And they come with high level of unemployment.
Yes.
They come with high level
so can we report it to the International Tribunal to have them tried for treason?
Yeah. But it is so sad, neighbor, that the international persons can't do anything about it. The only thing what we have to continue to, neighbor, is report them to the polls for 5 years. That is where we report them. We're going to report them to the...
Report them at the polls.
Election.
Yeah.
We're going to report them to the polls. Yeah, we're going to beat them.
Oh.
We're going to beat them. I tell you before, we're not a selfish government, neighbor. So same like how we're a third-term government, they're also a third-term government. They're also a third-term opposition.
All right.
We're going to be a fourth-term government. We're going to be a fourth-term opposition.
Fantastic.
We're not stop beating.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Kratty. Thank you. Big up yourself. Member Harry.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Member Harry. I tell you. All right, YouTube. I want to thank you for locking down with us tonight. You see, it's a fantastic program, and have you subscribed to the channel? If you have not, please do so now. Politics Matter JA. Politics Matter JA.
Neighbor?
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm asking 50 people from TikTok and from YouTube to subscribe to Politics Matter JA. So asking 50 people. We just need 50 people to reach our target.
Okay.
So
can we do that before we
guys,
leave tonight? Please. Let's.
From TikTok, could you please go over to YouTube and subscribe to Politics Matter JA?
All right, let's see. Let's see.
Really important.
All right, let's see if we can count this down to 50. So we need 50 people. Come on, who's going to be the first to jump over to YouTube and subscribe to Politics Matter JA? Let me go over there and see who is over there. I'm having a little bit of battery problem here on TikTok, but let's go over to YouTube and see what is happening over there. Lifestyle Politics is on YouTube. Talk About with Denise. Hey, Talk About with Denise. Thank you for subscribing. Talk About with Denise. Hi. Camille Edwards, 1050, says fourth term loading. Thank you, Camille. Have you gone over to subscribe just yet? Keisha. 1,000 subs, please, everyone. Okay, Lionel Henry, I see you with the green hearts. Very, very nice. All right, Zara Rinton. Please pardon me, my eyes are not so good, you know. Okay, PNP should be tried in the Hague Criminal Court. Wow. Talk About with Denise says she's a loyal subscriber here. Well, thank you, Talk About Denise. Great to have you. Jam Gran, PNPR Cult. All right. Donna Palmer, 4107, said just subscribe. Thank you so much. All right, we are at 6969. We need to go up to 1,000. Come on, let's do this. Miss Chin. Hey there. Hey there, Miss Chin. How you doing? You're jumping over YouTube. All right, nice to have you. You're a TikToker, and you have not come up on the program to talk to me yet, Miss Chin. I listen to your blogs all the time. Great blogs. All right. Jacette Lovelace here right now. Thank you, Jacette. Victoria. What? My goodness. Cindy Lynn, always here. Thank you, Cindy. Nicholas, good morning to you. We are ready. Shower. You're going to have a shower tonight, my brother. Well, that's fantastic. I know you're talking about the Jamaica party. All right. Thank you so much for subscribing. Oh yes, all right. Okay, I can't read everybody, but I'm happy that you are doing what you need to do to get us over the line tonight. We don't have a lot more time to get up to 1,000. We're at 985. Come on, 15 more people. Let's do it. Hey, what a fantastic people these are. Oh, I saw them love the program. Love you too. Garfield Davis, Blessings Neighbor and Caroline. Ines Campbell Murray, she's a TikToker. Hello neighbor. Hi, Victor. Hi, is Victor? My Victor? Hi Victor, how you doing? Okay, lovely. All right, thank you so much. Jamaica will live. Just subscribe. Thank you. Sasha 1 N4K. Say one neighbor. Never two. A one. One neighbor. Pandy up. Big up yourself. Thank you so much. Victor. So Victor, is my Victor that? Well, I'd like to know. Great to have you, Victor. 13 to go, everyone. 13 to go. We need 13 persons over on YouTube to subscribe. Let's go with it. 13 people. Thank you so much. Charmaine Vassal, up. Scratchy is still with us. Caroline is on TikTok. Member Harry, how are you?
I'm good in a name.
Help me get these 13 people. Talk to the people for me. Come on. Pick up yourself.
Neighbor, if you want 13 people on Scratchy, I could just go by YouTube, go smile 2 times, you know. And the ladies flocking.
Or say the raspy voice.
Yeah, man. Make Scratchy sing all 2 lines and you see how quick neighbor the run gone over YouTube.
Garfield Davis. Always enjoy the show. Reminds me of Monty Perkins. Oh, what an honor to say that. Claudette Jarrett. Hi, neighbor. How you doing? Muscam. Love the program. Well, we love you too, sir. We love you too, and we love our listeners. Thank you so much. Let's do this. Oh, we're having a great time here, and all right, that's fantastic. The program, marvel. For the first time, we hit almost 800 people on YouTube watching. For Harry.
Okay, so neighbor, I need 9 more, please.
9. Okay, 9. Harry. 9 more people.
Yes,
Did you know that we never had these numbers on the other channel? Never had these numbers.
Not in such quick succession either.
And we never went up to 800, sir. We never went up. You see that God is good?
Of course, neighbor, whatever is, man may think it's meant for evil,
Yeah.
God meant it for good, neighbor. So
yeah. And as I said to you, I heard a clip on one TikTok. He said, so we can't do this in 3 years. And we did it in 1 week. Just 1 week, eh? What they said we could do in 3 years, we did in 1 week. What a fantastic God we serve.
Amen to that, brother. Amen.
No, but seriously.
So TikTokers, we need 6 to go. Asking 6 people to go over to YouTube and subscribe to Politics Matter JA. Please.
There you go. Love listening to your show, Curlin Johnson 9771. All right, talk about Denise. 6 to go. Great. Press the bell, everyone. Keisha saying that. Hi, Keisha, you are the moderator over here. Thank you. Valentine, subscribe. All right, your program is informative. Victor Levine Facing, great show. Thank you too. Everybody.
Our listeners on YouTube is asking for you to play the anthem and ask Scratchy to sing along.
When we reach 1,000, YouTube want us to play the anthem. Well, we'll do that. Thank you for subscribing. Come on, we can do this. All right. Oh, we are over 1,000. Oh, look at that. We are great. We are over 1,000 now. Thank you so much. We did it. Oh, keep doing it, guys. Oh, look at that. We did it. All right. So that which you said we would do in 3 years, we did it in 1 week. You see that? 1 week. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. We thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. Thank you, God. You are great, and you are making things possible for us. Here we go, Scratchy. Scratchy? Scratchy? Possible for us. Here we go, Scratchy.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress.
I'm not hearing Scratchy, man.
Mabel? The request is that Scratchy must sing. So Scratchy, please open your mic.
I think maybe he stepped away a little bit.
Equal rights and justice.
Harry?
Yes, sir.
Harry, go ahead.
The request was Scratchy, neighbor, and I'm like, Caroline draw me out tonight.
Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember, Buster Man, till we serve you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the
I think Scratchy is on a break, but that's fantastic. Great for you, YouTube. And we're going to be back here tomorrow. Keep supporting the program. Look out for the podcast. Now that we are at 1,000, we're going to hit second gear. Second gear. All right. So now stay tuned for the launch. Stay tuned for the launch of the Politics Matter YouTube channel. Coming up. That's going to be planned. And we're going to have a blockbuster show for you as we relaunch the Politics Matter platform. Politics Matter YouTube channel right here on the Politics Plus network. Of course, the Hello Neighbor show aired Monday to Thursday, 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock. And we are on Fridays at 8:30 to 11 and on Sundays at 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. for the Sunday review. Until we join you tomorrow when we will do this all over again. Your neighbor, Caroline, Harry, and Scratchy, signing out. 4 neighbors, 1 mic, doing it for you, and for you, and for you, and for you. Take care, YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye. All right, TikTok. By the way, we are acquiring some good things to be on the street, doing some outside broadcast. We need some mobile fixtures. We're asking you to help us out. 954-635-8732. That's 954-635-8732. If you want to see us in your neck of the woods, 954-635-8732. The Hello Neighbor show to road. When you want to see us in your capital, in your town, send a contribution to 954-635-8732 as we bill out for our live outside broadcast equipment that we are trying to acquire. 954-635-8732. Hello Neighbor, the road. Serious
neighbor. Just before you go, I would like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to Molly, who is always very actively involved, helping us to moderate the TikTok show. Like to acknowledge her and tell her a big thank you for all that she does.
Well, thank you, Molly. Thank you. My niece has that name, Molly. Molly is a niece I have. So Molly, thank you so much. Great. All right. So YouTube, the Zelle account is 954-635-8732. 954-635-8732. Please help us to get on the road. We appreciate it very much. Okay. Until we join you tomorrow, take care of yourselves and bye-bye. All right. TikTok.